embarrassing. I was trying to figure out why my pictures. There we go. No, my camera's not open. Geez, I'm really not with it. I'm like, why am I not showing up? Hi, everybody, and welcome to SciFi Vision Fandom Access for March 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. But welcome, everybody. We have the newest episode today of Monarch, as well as I had to think of Paradise, and then the last two episodes of Star Trek Starfleet to talk about. But thank you. If you're joining us, please make sure you like the channel or like the video, subscribe to the channel, hype it if you can. Always appreciate it. And if you missed it, make sure you check out my From Trailer Breakdown. And yeah, make sure you subscribe. The majority of you aren't subscribed that watch our stuff. So really, really could use the subscriptions. But yeah, thanks for visiting. And I did here want to, before we started, for people who didn't see it, if I can get my video clip to play, do I have to do anything different? It should go right over the background, shouldn't it?
Should.
Yeah, should.
Okay. Well, for anybody who didn't see it, my friend Dieter, who's always on our chat here, was nice enough to get me a cameo of Chloe for From. So I'm going to play it here.
Hey, Jamie. Chloe here. Just wanted to say thank you so much for all the hard work that you put into Sci-Fi Vision. It's so cool that you do that. And without fans like you, we wouldn't have a show. So thanks so much for being such a big support of From, and yeah, keep up all the amazing work that you're doing.
Okay, went off by itself. Wasn't sure. Well, thank you again, Dieter, for that. That was really cool. I really appreciate that. So I wanted everybody to see that. That was fun.
That is really cool.
Chloe, who is on From, plays Christy. So yeah, that was awesome. And yes, it was very kind of Dieter. Kimberly, I agree. It was very nice he did that. But yeah, so thank you once again to Dieter. I don't think he's here right now, but when he comes in, I guess he missed it. But all right. Well, now on to Monarch. What did you guys think? I am going to be taking a couple pictures here while you guys are talking about it. But what did you think about this week's Monarch?
I'm trying to remember. Oh, a lot happened. Or everybody was kind of all over the place. And my prediction was kind of true.
What was your prediction? I wasn't here last week.
I made the prediction 2 weeks ago, I thought. Or maybe I did make it last.
What prediction?
Maybe I did make it or maybe I did make it last week. When did I make it? Oh, when Tim took over. That basically the Apex was going to come in and take over.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that was that wasn't a huge stretch of a prediction.
No.
True.
And it happened. So a lot did happen, and people like Kate flew home to San Francisco in like 1 minute.
Well, that always happens on these shows. But.
Well, yeah. And what else happened? The flashback was, this is like an extended flashback now for a couple of episodes of what's going on in this island with Titan X. Yeah, a lot happened. And I feel like there's a lot of, they're really moving this like subtext. Is it subtext? I'm not sure what we're looking for, but like every single, like we were set up in season 1 to really judge Hero for having being a bigamist and having 2 wives. And now right. And now we see, we already knew that Kate was in love with 2 men, but now that's really being cemented in these episodes. And also I was reminded in this episode, I had forgotten that Kate had 2 girlfriends or 2 lovers or whatever before she decided to try and settle down, right? Like this girl that she meets up with in this episode, I'm like, oh, is that the girl she was in bed with who she kicked out to go move in with her? Remember?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. I think she was the one that was at the bus with her. That's what I think I was asking AJ that last week when you weren't here.
So, they're really, I guess I kind of like it, how they're cutting Hero some slack by making the other characters equally flawed, or maybe it's their family curse to always
I think it seems to be a family trait
to be in love with 2 people. Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking maybe Hero, like maybe his mother kind of modeled that for him subconsciously as a little child. Like he could tell that she was in love with Uncle Lee and Uncle Billy. Maybe. Anyway, I thought that was one of the things that stuck out to me about this episode.
What about you, AJ? Are you?
Oh, I wasn't surprised. I had actually, like Karen, I had forgotten about Kate.
Yeah,
with
I
the
had
two women.
to.
And let's not forget she's got May in the wings now too.
Yeah.
So, I hadn't really thought about until you see Kiko sleep with Lee that it's kind of a family thing.
Yeah.
Were you guys surprised? What I wanted to ask you though, were you surprised? Definitely a family trait. Yeah. Were you guys surprised though that she slept with Lee? Because we were talking the last time, I think we all were here when we were talking about, yeah, you guys thought, at least you seemed like you thought that she wouldn't do that. So I was just curious if you guys were surprised or not.
I was and I wasn't. Like the way the scene was setting up. As soon as I saw the bed, I was like, "Oh, that's not good."
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you, AJ. Like, I guess in the scene you could kind of see it building, but if you had asked me a week ago if I thought, yeah, Jamie, I think I was a little surprised. I thought of it as a, I mean, she was really with Billy. And I mean, this is a clear like cheating on Billy kind of thing, right? Like I thought it was maybe kind of like I was a little surprised that they consummated it, that they acted on it.
Yeah, I was too. And we had talked about it. That's why when you guys were talking about it, I was thinking about that, and I was surprised. All right, well, let's at least go a little bit in order. So you're right. We have a lot of this flashback of them still on the island trying to get away from the Titan. And the little help me out, the little
scarabs.
Yeah, scarabs. Okay, I did have the right name. Yeah, the little scarabs running down. And the leader of their group here is ready to grab them. I mean, look, they didn't die, so I mean, in a way, like they could just let him go, but that's clearly not what they plan to do.
Well,
so
the point is they can't let him go because they've witnessed.
They don't want him to tell that the Titan was there. Right. But I mean, they survived there. I would think that if this creature was like so important to their religion and like how it brought them fish and all this, you would think that they would think, well, it spared them. That must mean we're supposed to let them go. I don't know. That was in my thoughts anyway. I guess they didn't think that anyway.
They're afraid. I mean, they're not wrong, right? Like, they're not wrong to be. Okay. Like, my personal faith does not involve worshiping a giant monster that could destroy everybody. But I'm not going to judge them. But they're not. If they truly believe this Titan is the source of like prosperity for their island, they're not wrong to fear outsiders coming, right?
Right. No, I'm just saying I kind of feel like if it spared them, that they would be like, well, then they must be, spared.
Yeah, I didn't think that for a second.
Okay, well, it doesn't work that way.
Like in the old movie when King Kong spares the beautiful actress because he is in love with her or whatever, right? Like then the natives are like would like also like spare her.
I don't know. It was just my thought. They didn't seem necessarily. I don't know. At least originally the woman didn't want to kill him, but yeah, they're afraid they're going to tell people that the Titan's there, so they're not happy and they have to sneak away. And he does eventually like leave the camera behind to try to get them away from the group. And then we have these scenes with Kate and May. And Kate still is upset because she feels like it's her fault, which it is, that the Titan X came through. There's still a lot of that in this episode, which we had a lot of in last episode. So
to be fair,
a whole lot to say
if Kate hadn't been responsible for the Titan coming through, this would be a very boring season.
It would be. It would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops, sorry. Fixing my volume. Yeah. But look, she's the only. Hey, Doc, welcome. But she's the only one that is blaming herself. You know what I mean? Like they're not blaming her; she's blaming her. So
Yeah, everybody else is kind of like, it happened.
yeah, it happened. You know, cut yourself some slack, I guess is what they should say, but they're not. And then we have the stuff.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. There's a very important line from May in this scene. You know, Kate's like, I'm leaving. This is the best thing for everybody. I screwed up. And May's like, you're so worried about what's best for you and haven't thought about that maybe you're good for me.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I caught that line also. That which is, you know, a not which reminds me, like, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, as Jamie pointed out, there's this like long simmering, or you pointed out, Jay, that, you know, there's this simmering attraction between them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's been they've had the triangle going on. Well, now it's just the two of them because really, Kantaro's not really.
Kantaro never had
doesn't want Kate, or not Kate. She doesn't want Kantaro anymore. That's what I meant to say. So that ain't gonna happen.
There was never a triangle at all
at the beginning, but yeah,
there wasn't.
But he never had a chance once she met Kate, right?
Right.
Is that what you mean? Yeah. Also, she's done. Also, like May, Jamie, you're right. She's pretty thoroughly done with Kantaro.
Yeah. Although he hasn't really been trying to get back with her either, to be fair, at this point. So we haven't really seen that for a while. But yeah,
of course, to him, they've been gone for 2 years, right? Like he had 2 years to get over May. Also,
I guess that's true too. That's true too.
Yeah.
I was asking, I don't know if he went in and left. I was asking Doc when his Monarch show is. Make sure you guys check out Doc's channel. I don't know I never remember what day anybody's stuff is. I suck at that, but go to Doc Kaiju's channel because he has a Monarch show as well. And some other videos on, you know, these kind of monsters and stuff. So, okay, he is there. Well, then he'll see me probably, or hear me rather, in a second. Sorry, but yeah. It's over between her and Kantaro was the end of what I was saying anyway. So then we have the group of them trying to decide, is this where they decide they're going to make the dog whistle type thing? Is what I'm calling it, or I heard somebody call it. It's tomorrow. Okay, sorry. Doc's live is tomorrow.
What time?
Yeah, Doc. What time, Doc? What time? But yeah, make sure you guys check it out.
I have to go to dinner, but maybe I can, if you're late enough, I can make it when I come home. All right, Doc will put it in the chat when he has a chance.
Yeah.
He doesn't know
yet. Our Discord, then, and I'll put it in there when we, whenever he posts. I'll make sure
whenever he decides.
I will. And also, I forgot to put the link for that, you guys. I'll put Discord. If you're not, probably 9 or 10 Eastern, he says. That's good. If you're not. Yeah, that's perfect. I might be able to come too. But guys, please also make sure if you're not a member that you join our Discord for all our updates and everything. Because yeah, we pretty soon we'll be announcing who our from guests are. So make sure you join our Discord. All right. So I was starting to ask you guys, is this where they were discussing getting the device back to call the Titan, or is this before that?
He's on the call with the boss, I think. Or is this when they're... I can't tell from this picture. This might be when they're brainstorming.
No, it's with the other.
Okay. And this is when they're talking. This is when... all right, this is when Hiro says that he has another call.
He's like, I happen to have another one handy in my office, or I have the
has another one of those things that will call the Titan, or lure it there. Now I had listened to somebody's video on it that has something to do with one of the other movies. The device, I only knew about it that it had to do with that guy made it in one of the flashbacks when they used it, when they talked about him creating it to call the Titan. Was it in a movie too, or did they not know what they're talking about?
Gee, I don't know. I've seen those movies.
So
maybe it's in the one with
It's in God. It's in God of Monsters.
Is that the one where the scientist brings her daughter, who is, I think, is Millie Bobby Brown the daughter in that movie?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe it's in that movie.
Yeah, that's the next. That's the one that takes place in 2019, and we're currently in 2017 in the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Doc says they're talking about the Orca device. They're separate devices. Yes, that's what it was. It was called. It was. It said it was something to do with the Mechagodzilla. I didn't know what the heck they were talking about in the video. I was just like, I didn't know that, and so that's why I'm mentioning it. But I figured you guys would know what they were talking about. So yeah, he has made in this case another one, and they are going to have another way to call the Titan to them. So hopefully I don't know what they think they're going to do. I guess put it back through the rift. I don't know how they necessarily think they're going to do that, but that's, I guess, their plan.
One problem at a time.
Yeah, I guess that's true. One thing at a time. But yeah, that's their big plan, which is a smart plan. But before they can do any of that, Apex comes in, and I don't remember this guy's name, but he is, I don't know. He's not the head of. Is he the head? I don't think he's the head of Apex.
He's
No,
Brenda's henchman.
he's a
Okay,
tech guy.
this is where I think they mentioned the name of the person that was the head of Apex. I had no clue what they were talking about. I think
Brenda.
somewhere in this episode. No, not Brenda. I thought it was in this episode. Maybe it's not. At one point, they mentioned the name of the person that ran Apex, and I didn't know what they were talking about. Okay, so he works for Brenda, though. Yeah. So Brenda is the one that May worked for before. That she is trying. They are trying to use. He is.
He's not a henchman.
Fair.
He's not a henchman. He's a crony.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. But either way, he works for her, and basically they want to update their computers and make it so they can track Titan themselves and catch Titan, and like they'll take the credit and everything. And probably it's going to go horribly wrong. I think we all thought at this point, like, this is not a good idea to let them take over, but they aren't really having a choice, because he does actually kind of stand up to him, which I appreciated, and goes to his boss, and he's like, I like that picture. He's like, no way. And his boss is like, too bad you didn't listen to my direction. So now he's going to take over. And basically tells him to shut up and send in Keiko and Lee, whether he likes it or not. So yeah, he kind of got told off in this scene, but hey, at least he's trying, right? That's the way I look at it. But yeah, this guy, his boss is like, you're going to listen to him. You're going to do what they say. They know what they're doing, which clearly they don't, but they think they do. And yeah, so that's the end of that conversation. And doesn't he say something like, I think you got that message this time or whatever, because he pretended he didn't.
Yeah, this one isn't going to come out garbled.
Yeah, this one isn't going to come out garbled. So Apex are the villains of the series. They are not. Yeah. Well, at least it gives them like another antagonist to go against now that their other boss is dead. All right. So he basically, hold on, I'm going to turn my camera off a second. I am going to sneeze, I think. So he basically tells them that for them to go and go get the device, before it all goes down. And so they're kind of like circumventing them. And I guess he's probably hoping to get fired. Hey, Bill. Yeah. Hey, everybody. Oh, geez. Sorry. I'm like, my nose. I don't know why lately. I for some reason, when I start doing the show, my nose gets itchy. Something with my allergies, maybe in my office. I don't know. But yeah, they basically decide that they are going to go around them and try to take care of it before they can do it by going to get that device. And he tells them to go. And then whenever they get out into Hong Kong, I guess. Is that what they're at? Tokyo. Sorry. Tokyo. Okay. When they get out in Tokyo, we see that they are wanted by, I'm guessing that it's Monarch that's doing that. But either way, they're tracking them and we do find out later they're tracking them. But right now, they're just trying to find them, and they're trying to get people to turn them in. And they're, it's like they're on the run, which they really weren't on the run. They were doing something for Monarch, but yeah.
No, they're completely on the run. They're supposed to be bringing them in. So they are literally on the run.
No, but I mean, they're still doing to help Monarch, but Monarch doesn't see it that way, is what I'm saying. Like,
because now it's Apex. It's Apex now, right? Like, Apex is
Monarch still. I get, yes. Monarch is right now temporarily taken over that part of Monarch. I don't think they've taken over the whole thing, just like that, where they're at, right on the sub.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I feel like if you're just watching this show, we kind of only have the Kate perspective that that you come back 2 years later and Apex is all up in in Monarch, but we don't really know the extent to which Apex has, right?
All right.
In the last 2 years.
I just feel like that his boss didn't seem like concerned. You know what I mean? Like his boss was like, "Oh yeah, let them do this." Like they were in on it. They're not.
Yeah, we don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we don't know how much Apex has taken over Monarch from like in the last 2 years, but they paid for everything. Like that's where the money is, and so whoever has the money obviously runs the show, right?
Yeah. So they're like, "This is what you're doing." So yeah, my point is that they're on the run regardless of, even though they are for Monarch, they are on the run from Monarch because they didn't. Yeah, they're not following the rules.
Well, yeah.
Your house access money. What? I'm not sure what that means, Doc. I'm misinterpreting something here that you wrote. All right. So there is the device that is like, what's his name? Mizuki? Is that his name? Suzuki. Sorry, Suzuki. It's like the one that he created. And they see it for very little time before they have to go get more stuff to get ready. They should have taken it with them. You know, like in retrospect, I feel like it was kind of stupid. They left it there, but at the same time, I guess they had no reason.
They had no way to know that they were being followed the whole time.
No, they didn't. But it's like they led them right to it. It's one of those scenes where you're like, crap, you know? Yeah, they led them right to what they wanted, basically. Bill says Apex is taking temporary charge of Monarch Outpost 18. Yes, that was a better description than I gave.
I just feel like Apex has their fingers in a lot, maybe.
They do. Yeah. But like you said, you're right. If they're paying for it, they're going to let them do a lot that maybe they shouldn't.
Brenda like definitely projects evil.
Yes. I would agree with that. She does. All right. So they're making their plans and they're going to come and meet back here. So I think because they split up, but we go back first to the flashback. This is where he takes the film out of the camera. He's like, they're looking for the camera, leave them the camera. It'll buy us some time. But it's obviously not enough to dissuade them, but it's enough that they get some time to get away. And it puts them off their trail. And then we have
which that scene also goes to prove that had they given him the camera when they were still in the village, they would have killed him.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of, you're right. That proved that. So then we have this scene with Tim and May that I really liked, where he's meeting May at her secret location, basically. And he wants her to get a job again with Brenda.
A secret location in the middle of Tokyo.
I know. But the way they did it was funny. But yeah, he wants her to work for Brenda again and be the inside guy, inside girl, whatever you want to call it, and spy for them and find out what's really going on. I don't think she actually gives him an answer, though, does she?
Well, she does do it.
No, but I don't think she actually says she will. I think when she leaves, she kind of like doesn't.
She can. Her in the next scene, we see her. She is seen at a computer in Apex, digging through their files, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely implied because.
Yeah. No, I meant that she doesn't tell him. I meant that he doesn't.
But she did. She did. He understood that she was going to do it. She says that she goes, "How would I even get in there?" And he goes, "Well, we need something they want." And she's like, "Oh, wait, I might have that." Like,
okay. Yeah, she has her computer code that they're still after, whatever that she stole from them back in season 1? I think it was the end of season 1 when she stole it. All right, so she
stole it originally. She stole it originally off screen.
Yeah.
Before we even meet her, it's already been stolen.
Yeah. True. Bill says, I'm still learning about the details, but Apex Cybernetic acts as a technologically superior, ethically questionable counterpart to the research-focused Monarch. Well, yeah. They're the bad guys right now. That's the easiest description there. Okay, so Kate is going home to see her mother and I don't know, get some closure and try to, I guess, accept what's happened and quit blaming herself. I mean, I guess that's the goal, was that she'll that things will get a little better, but she's still I don't know that she was ready. Like, she's been gone 2 years, I guess, so they want to see her, but it's a little different than she remembered. Her mother is dating that guy. And I mean, they're nice to her and everything, but she doesn't I guess she kind of feels out of place now because she's been gone for a while. At least that's kind of how I felt. I don't know.
Well, and when we last saw, before Kate disappeared for 2 years, like Kate was a little put out that her mother was not like irritated about the second wife, right? Like Kate's mom kind of didn't mind him not being around that much, right?
Yeah. She kind of liked it.
Yeah, and Kate was kind of appalled. And for Kate, she's only been gone for like a couple of weeks, right? So there's still that awkwardness, I guess.
Yeah, a couple days. So they kind of, I don't want to say they moved on without her. They didn't. I mean, they're not like, not accepting her, but it's just, you can tell that she feels, I don't know, like I said, kind of out of place. But
well, she does have all kinds of. She's still in her own head over this whole thing with the Titan.
Yeah, she's not ready to forgive herself yet.
Whose name, as Doc has reminded us, is Kokai. Is that CAI? Kokai.
Yeah.
Is Titan X's real name.
Oh, okay. That's what I couldn't figure out what that was supposed to be. I was confused. Okay. So back at I forget, they're at Heroes Park. No,
they're at Hero's office.
Hero's office. Okay. They're at Hero's office.
They've gone to Hero's office to retrieve schematics of the device so they can build whatever it is they need to build.
They can alter the ball that they have to make it work.
Oh yeah, they need to alter it. Yeah.
And she sees Keiko sees the pictures of both families, and she asks Lee. This is where she asks him about it, and he's kind of like, "It's none of my business."
He doesn't say that. He says it's not my story.
No,
yeah,
but that's essentially what he said. Is
that's basically the same thing, just different words.
It's not
my way of saying it. How's that?
I mean, I don't think it's none of his business. He's in love with this woman and has always thought of Hero.
Well, he doesn't know,
right? But it's not his place to tell someone's confession for them, right? Like Hero needs.
You know what's funny though? It's kind of a little bit of irony though, that now that I think about it, because I hadn't really thought about it why I'm watching this. But like we talked at the beginning about like kind of the parallel between him and Keiko, but it's obviously a younger him. Like he's saying this to her and probably thinking about how they did the exact same thing, but we just don't know that quite yet as viewers.
But again, that's why he says though it's not his story to tell.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying it's kind of funny because there's like, a double layer there, I guess. I'm saying that like you don't realize it because we don't know that yet. Mm-hmm. But it kind of, to me, gives the conversation new meaning. Like it's almost just kind of hypocritical in a way, the way she's asking, because they did the same thing. I mean, granted,
how's that hypocritical? She's asking because she has no idea.
No. But for her to be, I get the opinion, and maybe I'm wrong, but and it may be because I'm the way I'm looking at it, but it seemed like the way she was asking it. And again, maybe it's because I'm watching this the second time, knowing that they already had an affair. I don't know, but it almost seemed like she was asking it in a way like she was, judging him. I don't know. That's how I felt the way she asked.
No, she was just saying, why does he have a picture of two families?
Yeah. I guess I'm just, like I said, I'm looking at it now from the point of view of knowing that she kind of did the same thing, because we talked about that.
But that shouldn't matter. That shouldn't have anything to do with it.
But I'm saying it, to me, it colors their conversation a little bit. If you
it does. Although I don't put it.
It may not have been judgy, but I said I think seeing it now from that point of view, like it's making me think that, and I don't know that I thought that the first time.
Look, for me, I don't put Keiko and Lee's one night stand is not at all on the same level of the years of duplicity that Hero like lied to these women for literally decades, right? Both of those children are in their 20s, right? As far as we know, Keiko and Lee, all we've seen is a one night stand, and then like we can't do this ever again, right?
Yes, it makes that not duplicitous is all I'm saying.
Yes, it's cheating on your boyfriend. It's not, but it's not, to me.
Cheating on her husband. She was married at that point.
To me, okay, to me, Hero's level of having wronged these women is way, way more.
Yes,
Sure.
because I agree, because of him being married, them thinking that they were both married to him.
And illegal.
But I'm
And
just
illegal.
saying,
Yeah.
it is illegal too. But I'm just saying that I don't know. I'm just looking at it from the point of view as to if she's being judgy, because maybe not in this moment, she doesn't seem to be. But in the episode, I get the opinion that maybe she's a little like, how could you do that? But at the same time, she's saying that knowing that she had an affair when she was married. That's all I'm saying. I said it's not the same thing. You're right.
She cheated
It's
on.
not.
It's a one night
Okay,
stand.
cheated on
It's a
him.
one night.
It's not cheating on him. Who cares? I still consider it cheating on
An
him.
affair is very different from a one night stand.
Okay.
in my opinion.
It's a one night stand. This guy had two completely separate lives.
Okay.
It's completely different.
And
But at no point did I feel like she was being judgy at all.
Okay.
I did not feel
Okay.
that way about her at all.
at least Keiko was like, look, we can never do this again. I'm with Billy. Hero did the opposite and was like, I can totally get away with this. I can have two.
And he did for 20 some years.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my point was she
so-
cheated on her husband.
I also did not sense judgment from her. I read this more as confusion.
Yeah, I said maybe in this scene she wasn't, but later on, I feel like when she was talking to Hero, she started like at the beginning started out a little like, how could you? But I don't know. That's
I'll hold my comment on that till we get to that in a all bit, because I have a thought.
either way. It makes me look at that scene differently.
Let's move on.
That's my whole point of what I was trying to say. All right, so they sneak away and get to this little cabin
Get
shack.
busy is with it.
Yeah. And he helps fix her arm that's cut, ignores his stab in the gut, slice in the gut, whatever you want to call it. But they're going to spend the night there so they can sneak away. Or not, well, I don't know that they originally intended to spend the whole night, but they were going to stay there and then sneak away as soon as they could. And they end up getting closer. But first she has to, okay, that's not yet. That's what I was seeing. They don't yet. Right now they just talk. We have more stuff in between first. All right. So then here we have May and Brenda, and this is where she agrees to go back to work for her again. And we know that she's spying for Tim and Monarch, or well, for Tim. I don't know if you can say for Monarch, if Monarch's agreeing to work with them. She's spying for that part of Monarch.
Tim.
Yeah, she's spying for Tim.
I like the way they set that up, actually, because, like, how stupid is Brenda that she would let May work for her? She has to know that May. Wait, let me finish. She has to know that May is aligned with Tim and the Hero family circus over there, right? So I like the way they set it up that May had deleted all the code and has the only copy of the code, and Brenda wants that code so bad that she's willing to let this questionable actor into her nest.
Yeah, because you have to question that she's going to trust her again.
I like they gave a motivation for Brenda, other than stupidity and trust, right? Because, as you said, why would she ever trust her again? It's because she has this thing that Brenda wants.
You really, really want. So she agrees to let her in. Excuse me. Yeah, but she's not even. Yeah, you would think she'd at least take precautions or keep her under watch or something, but she doesn't say that there's any precaution. I mean, maybe there is, but she doesn't. She's just like, yeah, okay, I want this code, so we'll go with that. All right, and then the two of them are heading to meet up with Lee and Keiko. They are, and this is where Lee kind of goes off with. Well, he doesn't kind of, he does. Goes off with Kentaro to give them a moment to talk. And this is where I was saying she asks about his two families, and he's just like, I fell in love with two women. This is where I was saying, I don't know. I just felt that she kind of was surprised and was a little judgy. I felt in this scene. Not really bad judgy. Like she wasn't like, how could you? But I felt like I don't know. She seemed to look at him differently. That's for sure.
No, I think you missed. I read that scene completely differently. First of all, I think maybe you felt that way because he assumes that she's judging him, and I read that completely different. The look on her face is like, "Oh my God, my son's just like me." Like, I was in love with 2 men, so I absolutely understand how he can be in love with 2 women.
Well, I think by the end, yeah, but at the beginning, I felt like she.
I didn't
I
feel
don't know.
that.
I thought it didn't really click till further into the conversation for her that she had not done the same thing, done something to cheat on her husband. Since you're right, it's not the same thing, but I don't know. That's how I felt.
I read it kind of the same way AJ did. I felt that she was like, just talk to me. I'm the person. I understand. Like that she, and I also thought the same thing AJ thought, that he is so defensive, like everyone's judging him because it's a horrible thing to do and he should feel bad, and that he assumes his mother's going to judge him. But really, she understands better than anybody in the world, probably.
Yeah. But he doesn't know that. But
No,
then,
he doesn't know that.
yeah.
No, he doesn't know that, but it's because he's so, he knows, he feels bad himself. He knows what he did was wrong. So that's, I think, why he assumes automatically that his mother's going to judge him. He's also not happy with his mother.
To be in love with 2 women just means you're in love with yourself. We got some deep thinking going on in the chat.
Yeah.
So this is where we learn that Hiro kind of he's really mad at his mother for abandoning him, which, she fell into the rift, right? She didn't abandon him.
Yeah.
Into the rift. And then Uncle Billy sent him away when he was 11, and he was so pissed about that. Of course, Uncle Billy, I don't know how the timeline goes with Uncle Billy getting squished by King Kong.
That's much later. That's much later because he's John Goodman.
Yeah, he's very old. But did Billy send him away instead of dragging him all around the world? But now we see, we saw the flashback that Billy found the letter, right?
Yeah.
And so I guess the way he felt about Lee and Keiko changed, and that's why he sent her son away, probably.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's mad at his mother for them abandoning him, and clearly it's not her fault that she abandoned him, but Billy abandoned him too, and basically it's kind of her fault that Billy did too a little bit. I mean, at least that's what it's implying, that Billy was hurt and then decided to send him away or whatever. We don't really know, but that's the flashback.
I think it's unfair to be angry at Keiko because she couldn't help falling into the rift and getting stuck in Axis Mundi. But I think a child could be angry that their parent took up a dangerous line of work, and that this type of accident was maybe easily predictable. And should she just have stayed home with her kid, I could see how a part of her would feel that way. Yeah. Until the part where he became obsessed and also abandoned his kids to go after Godzilla.
Exactly.
Kate never stops complaining for 2 seasons now about how her father was never around, gallivanting after Godzilla all the time, right?
Yeah, he did the same exact thing. He continued the cycle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's so much he's mad at her that she abandoned him when she disappeared in the rift. He feels that she abandoned. It was sad for 11-year-old Hiroshi that Billy abandoned him. I think he is also mad at his mother for abandoning him, not when she fell in the rift, but abandoning him in the sense that they were never there because they were always off on these missions. So even before she disappeared, he felt like they were not there. And obviously that led to bad things happening that weren't her fault. But
yeah.
Either way, he turned around and did the same things to his kids, which is really sad. It's kind of like a lot of times how abuse happens. It's not the same thing, but I'm saying it's
like that
cycle.
It's just like AJ. It's just like the guy. I finally watched The Night Agent. It's just like that guy in The Night Agent. Like, if you are a hired assassin, you shouldn't bring your kid with you on all your jobs.
Because they become a hired assassin, I take it.
No.
Yeah, but he only got the kid because of his job.
Yes, that's true. But
not for nothing, the kid made him stop being an assassin.
Yes, the kid found out he was an assassin, so he had to quit.
There you go.
But that's funny, watching all these shows where people take up lines of work that jeopardize their children. But yeah, he's got a lot of resentment against his mother, and I can understand like the emotional part of like resenting her for, like sometimes you resent a person for dying. It's not a rational thing. It's just a way that you feel. And he was like a kid. He was like, he was really a child when when Keiko disappeared. And I could see like that it's not logical. We can't describe it, but why he would feel resentment against his mother for disappearing.
Yeah. But he has perpetrated the same thing to his kids at any rate.
Now, you glossed over the best part of that scene.
Okay,
right
go ahead.
before
What's the best part?
When the four of them first come together, he's like, "Is that my hat?"
Oh, yeah.
Like everything going on. He's mad because Lee took his hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So see, he was already in a bad mood.
There it is. There's his hat. That's funny. Yeah, I forgot about that. All right. So back to the flashback. This is where she. Well, you know what I thought was funny when I was rewatching parts of this. She's talking about how she has to, to fix him up and that, and she needs to help him. And they go through this whole thing, and then I did stupid, but it stayed in my mind that after the whole thing, like she doesn't even fix it. They just have sex and forget about it.
Because he was right. It wasn't that bad
after all.
Yeah, because he would have been spotted fast in Tokyo just for being a white dude.
Yeah.
I was in Tokyo 30 years ago, and I was with a large group I was with the Johns Hopkins lacrosse team. So I was with like 30 guys, like 30 white guys over 6 feet tall. And we drew a lot of attention everywhere we went.
All the attention.
Yeah.
That's not the norm. Sorry, my eyes hurting. But either way, she's telling him how bad he's hurt and he needs help. And then she doesn't even bother to help him, was my point. Because they start talking.
They're too hot and bothered.
Yeah, they're too hot and bothered. So they do sleep together there. And yeah, they're not thinking about Billy at that moment, that's for sure. And now we go back to Kate, who is at the bar in her hometown and is trying to drink her troubles away. She was invited to, I forget, she was invited to a party with some friends, right? And she turned it down and ended up going to this
with some teacher
friends.
She was teacher friends.
And she doesn't get out of the Uber.
Pulled up in front of the place and it was like, you know what? Let's go to the bar instead.
Yes.
I'm gonna call one of my squeezes.
Yeah. Yeah. And then she calls her ex and gets her to come to the bar, and they make out a bit as they dance. And let's see, we'll get back to them. So then this is where May is searching Apex's computer, trying to find out stuff, trying to figure out things. And she finds out that they are, I thought I had a picture, but I don't. But she finds out that they are tracking all of them, that they know exactly where they're at, and that they've known this whole time exactly where they're at, which does not bode well for the group that is on the run.
At first when she found it, I thought she was gonna be like, oh shit, and I thought she was gonna make a phone call and be like, they're following you, they know where you are, but they were already done, cleaned them out and gone.
Yeah, they left and they didn't bother with them. But yeah, it's gone. They don't really have a backup plan right now. But the machine is gone. And then we go back.
Well, hold on. The most important line in that whole scene is they're like, it's almost like they don't want to stop the Titan, like they want people to find out. And then in the next scene,
yeah,
we'll be finding out.
Yeah, and we know that it probably has to do with something that they think is going to make them money. I'm guessing that they're not doing what they should be doing, and are we're kind of lying about it. I question though how much does the head of Monarchs? Well, I guess Tim technically is the head of Monarch. Tim's boss, and everybody knows.
Tim is not the head of Monarch.
No, I meant he's the head of the outpost. but the other bosses now, like we don't know how much they're okay with what Apex is doing. They may not know what they're doing, but yeah, they are letting right now they're letting everybody know the Titan's there and causing probably mass panic.
Apex wants to like weaponize the Titans. Like if you can lure a Titan and get him to go where you want him to go, you could maybe use Titan as a weapon, right? And be like, oh, let's just get Titan X to go over to Iran, and we don't just drop all those bombs over there this week. You know, to put it in the context of current events.
We know that, Doc, but this is 2 years before that. Or actually, it's like 4 years before that.
Agenda's operations.
Yeah. But that movie, this is 2 years before that. Yeah.
But yeah, they've got their own agenda, is the idea, and we don't know yet quite.
Yeah, I mean, if you can, I mean, manufacturing. If you can like whip up Titan frenzy, like send Titans around and make everybody afraid, then they will have to buy your defensive products, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make them lots of money. And this is where she kind of just gets upset and doesn't want to leave with her girlfriend.
They start getting a fucking Titan alert.
Yeah, they're making out, and a Titan alert comes, and she doesn't want
but her girlfriend tries to get her to go with her to run and to hide or whatever, and she's like, no. What did you take of kind of this scene of the way she reacts? I think a lot of it's PTSD, but I was just kind of curious.
She forgot for a little while that she's responsible, and then they get a Titan alert, and she's like, oh my god, I'm responsible for this. People are going to die because of me.
Yeah.
And then goes back to the scene of the crime. Well, the original scene of the crime.
The original scene of the she was trying to get drunk and dance and just forget, right? And then it didn't work. I mean, and look, she only just let Titan X out like a couple days ago, right? And already like this is happening. Yeah. She's messed up.
She is messed up. All right. And then back in the flashback, they're coming back to the, I want to say the beach. It's not the beach, but the edge of the water.
They're trying to find a boat so they can get off this island because they can't go back. They'll get killed if they go to the village, right?
Hold on a second. I need to address Doc for a second. It's like 7 years. It's like, wait, 5. Yeah, this is 2017. And
about that.
Yeah, King of Monsters takes place in 2019, and then King Kong vs. Godzilla takes place in 2024. So they're like 7 years from Mecha Godzilla.
Okay, he says you're right. There you go. I was gonna say, you guys know what you're talking about.
I know. I was gonna say, I know Doc knows his kaiju history and everything, but I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, that's
wrong movie. All right. So Billy comes ashore. He has brought a boat and he's there to save them. And she immediately goes to him, and we're just assuming they're not going to say anything. I mean, they don't talk about it. We don't hear them talk about it, but
I mean, I think they shouldn't say anything. No good can come from
it. Yeah.
But I just mean we don't get to hear her and Lee discuss anything about it either.
Well, no, because Billy showed up.
Yeah. So yeah, she's back with Billy and acts like everything's okay. All right, and this is where Kate has gone back, like you said, to the scene of the crime. Here's my question though: isn't this back in that area where she had to have her mother sneak her in? How did she get in so easy?
It's been 2 years. Maybe the government's not guarding it like they used to.
All right, that's fair. I just wondered because she seemed to get in pretty easy compared to before.
She crawled under the gate.
No idea. I took a picture of that.
There's no guards anymore.
Here's the Washington Monument.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know why I did that. I'm looking at that. I'm thinking, why did you snap a picture of that? I don't know. I was trying to get through and get them done. I just was snapping stuff, I guess. All right.
So that we knew where where Lee was.
You know what it is?
That's what we call an establishing
Yeah, I was trying to get it with the date and I missed it. That was why. Because I got the one with the date. All right. Back in 1957. There we go. So
Poor
Lee
sad
gets-
Lee gets the letter.
Yeah, poor Lee gets the letter from Keiko saying, I do love you, and but it can't happen again. I love Billy. You love Billy too. We don't want to destroy him. This is how it has to be. But yeah, it was really sad. I felt really bad for Lee. And it's like, the thing is I mean, when it happened, I mean, they knew that I think they knew it couldn't happen again. It was kind of, spur of the moment, bad decision.
Yeah.
Things go.
She says it was interesting the way she said it. I think what she says is, I love you, but Billy has my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I love you, but I love Billy just a little bit more.
I know. That was my question to you, is what exactly does that mean? Because that, to me, yeah, that is kind of what it means. Like, I do love you that way. Like, she's not saying I don't have those feelings for you. She's saying I do love you in that way, but I also love Billy and I don't want to hurt him. I
think Lee scared her off with that talk of white picket fences at the ball in Hawaii or wherever they were, and that Billy is running around the world all the time on adventures, and like that's the future that she wants, not the picket fence and the kids. Even though she has a kid that she drags around the world, like I think she knows that what Lee wants is not what she wants.
Yeah. You got to wonder, though, how things would have been different, though, if she had, like, broken up and divorced with her husband. I don't see that happening. I'm just saying it would have changed things dramatically.
Doctor, you are wrong. Yeah, I think, because I don't think that Lee would be with Monarch if it wasn't for Kate. I mean, yes, he was hired to protect Kate, but she says to him, like, you can just leave, and he's like, I can't leave. I can never leave, right? Like he will never.
He flat out says, I can't leave you.
Yeah, he says, I can't leave you. Like, I can't quit you. But I don't think that like this is not Billy has this deep commitment to monster hunting, right? And that's where he's got the edge over Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Billy and Keiko are both scientists. Lee is just the hired gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point. So yeah, poor Lee. And then we go back to the present, or their present, not our present, where she's trying to, she's telling him that she obviously didn't mean to leave him, but that's where he says that Billy abandoned him. And she's like, no, he wouldn't do that. And he's like, well, he did. And then we see back in 1962 that Billy found the letter. And so he knew. So yeah, I mean, what do you think? Do you think he was just heartbroken and left? It's not, I mean, that was kind of what I picked up from it, but it wasn't said. And it was cool.
It was implied.
Well, yeah. And so this is in 62. So is Lee gone into the rift in 62? Yeah. 62 or 63. Like, I don't know if Lee is gone, but yes, Lee's gone. This is Lee's stuff. Lee's gone into the rift.
Yeah.
Disappeared. This is Lee's stuff.
That's why he has it. Yeah,
and I think the fact that Lee saved this letter shows that how much he loves Keiko and that he still loves Keiko, right?
To be fair, that doesn't necessarily mean Keiko feels the way I mean, yes, she said she loved him, but I mean, you're saying, Lee held on to this letter. He should realize, though, that doesn't necessarily mean that his wife is still holding on to these emotions.
His wife is gone.
She's gone.
Doesn't mean his wife was still holding on to these emotions.
Well, I mean, she wrote that.
She wrote it.
They still slept together.
I'm just saying, she could have written it. My English is great today. She could have written it and then moved on and, truly decided she was going to be with Billy. My point is
that doesn't matter to Billy.
No, it doesn't.
Billy's just found out that his wife and his best friend slept together.
Yes, but it is really cruel that he leaves the kid. I mean, granted, it's technically not his kid, but he I don't know if he legally adopted him, but we're assuming he adopted him. It was still cruel that he left him because this happened. If this is why, like, it wasn't fair to Hero.
I would say that we're making an assumption on
I
that.
said if that's
Yeah.
why he left, it
Yeah.
wasn't fair what he did to Hero, and that's why Hero's hurt too. He's like, oh, he just took up and left, and she's like, he wouldn't do that. And then this is leading us to believe that was why. Now, was that why? I don't know.
Well, and he did send the kid to live with his grandma. He didn't just like wake up one day in a house by himself, right? Like, yes, Billy left him with someone who would keep him safe. I mean, he wasn't just like, bye kid, I'm out of here, and leave him in the street, right? Not that it makes a child feel any better about their father figure being gone, but I'm not saying that it would diminish the sense of rejection, but it wasn't 100% irresponsible. It was 100% cruel, maybe, to do it and not explain it, but it was only like 75% irresponsible. I don't know what I'm saying, but I think the fact that Lee has held onto the letter demonstrates also, like, oh, my best friend slept with my wife, and he's still in love with her.
Yeah, he's still in love with her. My point was, we don't know if she was still in love with him at this point, because this is a little bit later.
It doesn't matter, though. That
doesn't matter. He's gone. I know, and he's hurt regardless. I'm just saying that, like, he technically doesn't know if she was or not, which he will never know, because she's, to him, dead, and he thinks she's dead. So, yeah, I'll have to wait and see, I guess. But, yeah, I think this was a good episode. I feel though like not a whole lot got accomplished in this episode. Do you feel like that? Not that it wasn't good, it was, but like not a whole lot happened. It was more like set up for probably what's going to happen. The Titan attacked, but we didn't get to like see anything other than news. There's a Titan coming. Actually, the Titan didn't attack. I think the news said it was on the way or whatever. But yeah, that's like the only thing in a way that happened, because to me, it's more setup of whatever's coming. Do you feel that way?
I'm sorry, I got distracted. I just Googled this thing that Doc suggested we research.
I'm just talking out my ass to myself. It's okay.
No, I mean,
I
don't feel like nothing happened. It was just all kind of fast. It was pretty fast paced.
Right, but it was more like character building stuff than it was like action-y.
I mean, to me, the past action has been more compelling.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. I wasn't saying it wasn't interesting. I was just saying I feel like the story didn't move a whole lot because it was more about their relationships in this episode, and they didn't actually get anything done because they stole the thing that they have.
Well,
so,
I mean, the story moved a lot in 1957.
In the past it did, but in the present it did not.
Or the more recent past, yeah.
Yes,
but it's what are we halfway through? Was this episode?
We're more than halfway. No, sorry. This was
episode 3.
Yeah, so we're still in the early part of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is only episode 3, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Paradise.
Yeah, wait, I'm getting the pictures.
Oh, I did not like this episode of Paradise.
I was let down. I was disappointed. I saw the title was Jane. I got very excited. And
my immediate reaction was quite bad to this episode. Sitting with it for, did I watch it this morning or yesterday? Yesterday. Sitting with it for a day has let me appreciate some parts of it a little bit more, but I think I texted Jamie, I think Paradise jumped the shark with this episode. The Jane, I understand I'm watching a show about people living in an underground bunker for years, and so I shouldn't complain about things that defy belief, but like the Jane storyline just defies all logic and belief that it's just off the rails.
It's kind of like the crazies in Walking Dead a little bit that we talk about, like they're there just to be crazy, right?
Yeah.
A little bit. I don't know. The rest of it didn't really bother me. She was definitely over the top too much, but the rest of it didn't bother me. And
I don't think jumping.
I
don't think Karen's talking about Jane jumping the shark.
Well, no, but I don't like the stuff.
I mean, I really don't like the action that happened with Xavier. Was like dumb and like way too quickly wrapped up.
We knew that was well. Nothing's really wrapped up yet. I mean, we knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, we knew he had to find her pretty quick because there's only 2 episodes left.
And
know.
yeah, it was pretty obvious how that whole thing was going to play out.
It was obvious that he was going to find his wife. I just felt like almost the entire episode is devoted to Jane, and it felt like the whole train escapade happened in about 120 seconds.
Honestly, I was okay with that because I didn't need half of an episode of Xavier again. Not when
he is the star.
I wasn't really sure, but I kind of missed it. And maybe if it wasn't all Jane, I wouldn't have felt like I missed it as much.
See, remember when we had the Billy flashback episode? I was like, I need a Jane episode because this chick, I want to see what makes her tick. And I was severely let down by what makes her tick.
That's fair.
But yeah, the Xavier side of things, though, it played out exactly how I expected. You knew Fucknut there was going to double cross him because he's in love with Terry.
Gary the mailman.
And Terry the mailman? Terry's the wife.
Gary the mailman.
Oh, Gary. I thought you said Terry the mailman. I was like, wait a minute.
Gary.
Yeah, Gary. You knew he was going to double cross Xavier so that he could be with Terry, which wouldn't have happened anyway because he's cuckoo also. So I didn't need a whole long drawn out thing, and that's not completely wrapped up yet. I mean, yeah, they ran into each other, but that was the extent of it.
Now I have to be so careful who I go into a bunker with because I don't want a psycho to fall in love with me.
I think you're safe.
I think it would have been like, it wasn't that I didn't want to know about Jane, but I was kind of let down that it was just she's a psycho killer. Like, it would have been nice if she had more reason, I guess, for being the way she was.
She had a perfectly good reason. Her mommy treated her poorly because some guy said that she was going to grow up to be the killer and to stop her.
Let's get in. We can get into. I have a bunch of nitpicks I can get into as we go along and talk about it.
Okay. I was just going to answer Kimberly's question.
Yeah.
In regards to Jane, I kind of felt a religious undertone, like she was the Antichrist, especially with the tech guy getting all those messages to send her a message or kill her. So I'm assuming you mean more like represents that in the story.
Like not she's the literal Antichrist.
No, I know. Sorry, bad description. I hadn't really thought about that. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but I hadn't really thought about it that way. Yeah, I don't know. What you guys...
I feel like we're going to talk about this, but I feel like we're moving to time dilation, timey-wimey. Something timey-wimey's going on.
Yeah,
well, it seems like it's to me anyway. Not that this necessarily said it for sure, but the episode to me means it makes it seem like it's not time travel. So I was at least like, okay, good. I mean, I guess we really don't know what it is, but to me, it's about.
Well, I have an important question.
Yes.
When was Alex created?
We don't know. Alex could be a person. Still could be a person.
All right. Hold on. Assuming Alex is a computer.
Assuming an AI.
When do we know? When did they say? Like, all right. Okay. The flashback with the flashback with.
Wait. One at a time. One at a time.
The flashback with Billy 2 weeks ago with him killing Bill. Since we still don't know the character's name.
Henry?
His name was Henry?
It might have been Henry.
It doesn't matter.
The point,
Bill from Lost. That's all he is. The point is, do we know what year that was?
No.
Because what I'm getting, you know what though? How old is? I mean, Link. Link is a baby, so
yeah,
he can't.
mean,
and Link was working on that project with him, so yeah, that's got it. So it's post 1987, so 1997. So my hope for this show has gone down the drain. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, it has to have been before 97 because they're getting these messages in 97. I mean, I'm assuming those messages are coming from Alex, aren't they? That's how I took it. Maybe I took it different than you guys.
No. I mean, the message came from Alex. I think O. It was Alex O.
It said it came from Alex Q and also Alex Q loves Dawn.
Alex Q. Okay, it was Alex Q, not Alex O.
I think it's
My point here is my thought process depends on when this Alex algorithm thingy was created. 1997, seems a little fucking early because Link helped create this thing.
Yeah.
And Link was not born in 1997.
Jane was
Like,
born.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, Link isn't even a fetus yet. Is what I'm getting at here.
I feel like
did he help create it or maybe helped make it better? We don't necessarily know he helped create
Link is like 25, and he did this in grad school. So, like, post 2020, right?
Yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it?
What?
Unless it is
I don't.
when they the computer or whatever back to the past. That's the only thing now that you're saying.
That's where I'm going with this.
I hope not.
I mean, you guys. So you're thinking it's a computer, but you're basing that on what?
Because Phil created.
I have no idea.
We know Phil created a computer,
and his wife
named it after his dead wife.
Yeah.
We know that Sam wanted to buy his company. We don't know what he created.
No, we don't know what he.
No, they said that it was something he made. She wanted. It wasn't just his company. She wanted something of his.
I'm just saying, no one ever seen his computer. This is your guys' theory. It's not something that's been demonstrated in the show yet, right?
But it's not a person.
Well, no, I don't think it's his person, but it was something that he invented that she wanted. Is what they. I don't know exactly how they worded it.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what it is.
Maybe he had 11 in a room in the basement, just
right.
Okay. The reason
things Alex could have nothing to do with.
The reason I'm saying computer is because we're seeing Alex Q here on the screen sending messages about something that's going to happen in the future.
And you don't think Phil could have been like, shit, I better send an email to this guy?
Not in 1997.
There was email in 97.
But what I don't think it was created yet.
Oh, because Link didn't go to work there until at least probably like 20.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now it's making me wonder.
I think
timey time travel.
Right now, I think we're sending messages from the future to the past.
Okay, so I assumed that this was some kind of like future telling AI, and now you're making me question my theory.
I'm thinking of like,
and it wasn't time travel, but that doesn't. You're right. It doesn't say that. I just thought that.
I don't think this is the answer, but like in Minority Report, they had those precogs in the hot tub, like predicting who was going to come like right? Yeah. Like maybe Phil invented the hot tub that helps them see the future.
But that's why I was asking when this, everything got created. But then I thought about Link, and that's when the whole thing. I don't like where this is going. But here's my other thing, though. Here's my other thing. All right, let me put it this way. I see where this is going. I don't like where this is going. I hope I am wrong. But we have a computer in the future that can
send emails to the past. Yeah.
And Sinatra is actually the hero of the story because she has no problem killing people and doing all this, really awful shit to people because it's not going to matter because she's going to save the planet because she's going to send a message back to people to tell them, take care of the planet so we don't have tsunamis and volcanoes take out our planet and kill 90% of the population.
I hope it doesn't go that way. I agree with you. So let me ask you, though. This is what I was trying to ask, though. Do we know for sure that Link helped create it or just that Link worked on it? Because it's possible that he had already created it like in the 80s.
Right, I'll tell you what.
Link worked on it.
Do your slideshow and I'll find out.
Okay. No, I agree with what you're saying. I just hadn't thought about it till then. That's why I'm asking. But anyway.
And remember how little processing power computers had in the 80s and like how many, you would need like a room to house like all the computers you'd have to string up together, right? Like there was no like,
well, this is 97.
To have created it in the 80s is just not.
Probably not.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
So for Phil to have created it in 97, a computer.
Here we go. Right. This took me 2 seconds to find. Link is revealed to be Henry Miller's protege and co-owner of the company that created the Alex technology. Link helped build this technology, implied to be an AI or predictive system, and is depicted as a genius student who worked closely with Henry.
Okay, so that's implying they made it after this. You're right. It is implying that. I don't like that.
Yes,
Yeah,
B. I hope it doesn't go there either, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
well, we'll find out. We'll find out next year when we have the final season.
Yeah.
Because it was renewed.
And Kimberly's asking, was Alex created in the flashback with Jane, the guys getting all those messages, if it was AI tech? I assume you mean this scene. I don't think it
That's
has
what we're
anything to do
debating.
with Jane. Yeah, I'm a little confused by that question, but
Well, no,
we don't know
that's
what created
that's what we're
for.
trying to establish, but we should just move on because there's not going to be an
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah, either way, yeah. Like I said, I thought this meant, okay, it's some kind of predictive thing, so it's not time travel. And now you're making me think it could be time travel. I don't like it again. At any rate, this guy is getting these messages on all his like old devices to go give her a message that what's it say? The killer will be born. She can be stopped when it matters if you deliver a message. So the point was, tell the mother or something, and then the baby, I guess, will grow up to be a killer, which
Look, I assume he got more information off screen because
we hope so.
it doesn't say, it didn't say if it's a boy or girl. It doesn't, it says she can be stopped, right? It doesn't say what hospital, what city, right? Did he run to every mother who had
More than that.
right?
See that? All right. I need more of this flashback of the episode. I need to see him running to each hospital and see how these other kids turned out, if they all turned into killers or just Jane.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. All right. Well, anyway, he doesn't get to deliver his message.
Yeah, he does.
He delivered it.
Well, we don't know. Was that the whole message, though? That's what, like you said, did they get more information? I assumed there was more to the message. But yeah, if that was the message, he delivered it. But
I mean, this is all he says is like screams in the mother's face. That's all he says is like,
she's a killer.
She's a killer. She's a killer.
Well, either way, I don't think it stopped it because Jane's still a killer. So.
Well, but she maybe hasn't.
Well, it said that she's going to be a killer, and she can be stopped at the right moment if you deliver the message. Never said he had to stop her as a baby.
Right, but that's why I figured there was more to it than that because she's already killed people. But then again, it might mean killing a specific person.
This is not a well-written episode, and they don't. And when you only have 10 episodes, they have to rush so much to get through the season that they are.
This is episode 8.
I was gonna say if we had 10 episodes, it would be better. This is
there's only 8. Yeah, there's only 8. And I felt this whole episode felt very rushed to me, and yet also like a giant waste of time that we don't have to waste.
This is episode 6. We have 2 left. So yeah, that's even worse. There's not enough left.
Yeah, that's what I just said. There's only 8.
Okay. Yeah, so it's not even 10. It's 8. All right. So the plan is he is going to attack the convoy or whatever, the train, and he is going to set off a small explosive that will basically cause everybody to come see what the commotion is, not enough to hurt anybody, not where people will be hurt. And then he'll go try to find her and while they're distracted is what the plan is supposed to be. And he's setting the charge and everything. And you're right, Karen, this was so quick. Like we didn't really get much of anything other than him saying how much he loved Terry. And yeah, that was about it.
Well,
Dieter.
There's Dieter.
Hello, Dieter. I played the video earlier. You missed it. You weren't here at the beginning. I played the video. Thanks again for that.
One thing that bothers me so much about the Gary storyline is that it is patently obvious to all of us that he is obsessed with Terry, in love with her, and has bad intentions against Xavier. And yet Xavier in the previous episode has he's demonstrated throughout the season to be like an incredible judge of character. And he remember last week he told this long story about how his wife used to read books to the children and it was so important to her. And that's how he knew that if Terry let this couple read to Bean, then she trusted them. So he goes through this long thing about judging their character on the spot. And yet he spent days with Gary and can't tell that he's psycho.
Well, I mean,
I thought he had picked up on it. And then
he did know that Gary wasn't telling the whole truth. And it wasn't until Gary admitted that he was in love with Terry that he finally kind of let his guard down a little. But it took him looking at that picture a second time to realize the extent of it. I noticed the first time. I was like, look at the way he's looking at her in the picture. I'm like, how do you not see that?
Yeah.
It was. You know why? So we could have this moment where he tries to blow Xavier up.
Yeah. But
I thought he had figured out that something was going on, though.
well, I mean, he admitted last week that he was in love with
Clearly
Terry.
not. He left the detonator with him.
That's what I mean. Like, why did he trust him? It was a little concerning that he
Because
trusted
actually,
him.
I think admitting that you're in love with her, like, disarms Xavier, right? I don't, that's so. Oh, AJ, I'm like, why is my picture not on? It's AJ.
AJ didn't change the icon. We never remember.
I'm working on it.
There he goes. Like, I think it disarms Xavier. Like, to admit that you're in love with her is like, I don't know, like, disarms Xavier and makes, and like, to make Xavier think that he's a really honest, above board guy, that he's, like, I mean, he hasn't really acted, like, he hasn't acted, I mean, we can tell he's kind of crazy, but partly because we saw a flashback of him killing his best friend. Like, I don't know that he's demonstrated anything too squirrely to Xavier. He hasn't been that weird. And he's not any more weird than most people who've been in a bunker for a couple of years, right?
That's fair. It was enough that it didn't make him question that he was being truthful about the bomb and that he trusted him. But I see with what you're saying, though. He's been such a good judge of character, not so much now.
And to go to this point, Gary's only psycho when it pertains to Xavier's wife. Like, he's not.
Well, this pertains to his wife.
He's not like a 24/7 psycho like Jane, right?
No, right. He's not psycho all the time, but he killed his best friend over her. So yeah,
he's not a good guy, but and I wasn't here last week, but I thought he killed, like, it was weird how he killed Robbie. Robbie's just like, oh, she can go off and be with her husband now, blah blah, and like, boom.
I love that we still call him Robbie. Because I'm like, wait, it hit me what you said. I'm like, wait, his name isn't Rob. Okay, now I know why. Yeah, Robbie.
It's not like he really. I mean, what did Robbie really do long? He wasn't like, I'm in love with Terry and I want her. So, or he didn't say, like, I'm going to tell Terry to leave. Like,
no, he just said,
very impulsive move, killing Robbie.
Yeah. I mean, I think he maybe regretted it in the moment he did it. Like, I think it was like a,
I shot my friend. I didn't mean to.
No, but I mean, it wasn't like planned. I think like he did it in a moment of being scared.
It wasn't planned. It wasn't planned. It was the moment he realized, oh shit, Terry's gonna leave.
Yeah. I don't think it really accomplished what he was after, though. Let's put it that way. Let's see. Perhaps Xavier had a bit of compassion for Gary because he can understand why someone would be in love with Terry, but he didn't realize how obsessed with his wife he was and how dangerous that is. That's a good point. Maybe he felt connected to him. Maybe he felt connected to him because he loved his wife. Maybe.
Well, anyway, moving on.
And yes, I like that. He's straight in video game mode. He was in video game mode. He shot him down. Good. All right. So then we have. Wait, hold on. I lost where I was at. Sorry. Hold on a second.
What do you mean you lost where
I don't have this off. Okay. So she is getting put in the, not put in the prison, but well, yeah, she's being
Robinson.
Robinson, yes, is getting walked down to the underground prison there. And it's because, like, before they think she killed the president, which she didn't. Jane did. We know that.
Oh, but I wasn't here last week, but that also was like ridiculously sloppy scene. Like Jane puts the knife, the little knife into Robinson's hand, but doesn't like put any blood on her. Right? Yeah. There's no blood on her. There's no, like, I thought it was a little weak, but
to be fair, I thought that people that were pushing to find the original president's killer were her and Xavier, and neither of them are there working on it, so they're all bad at it. But yes, that was kind of a big.
I did think the same thing, that there was no blood on her.
Yeah,
it would be pretty dumb to not see that, but
yeah.
All right, so there's a link. Take me to your leader. So he's still outside waiting, and this is where she is. I don't remember where she's going.
Jane's coming to Sam's
Jane's going to see. Jane's going to see.
You put that picture there because Jane gives a big flex outside that door, and those guys are like, you can't go go in. And Jane's like, oh, the hell I can't, she's like, I'm in charge now. I can go in.
Yeah.
She's basically like, stop me.
Yeah. He's going to pick up Sinatra. And let's see. She tells her daughter that she'll take care of her mother or something like that. I won't let anything happen to her. Not saying I'm the one that shot her in the first place.
She also suggests that they take the scenic route so they could show up late because it'd be a real power move.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I forgot about that. And then we get the flashback with her as a little girl. When she lost her mother and
her imaginary friend is named Climby. 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 Like, what? What is that even? I feel like there has to be more coming, because why is her friend just not named like Kathy or whatever, right? What is Climby? Is that even a thing? Like Climby?
Maybe it's a cat. I don't know.
Maybe it's short for something.
And it's not just like her mother says you're too old for an imaginary friend, but it's clear it's not imaginary friend. Many kids have imaginary friend. This is voices in her head. Like this is like
I agree.
Hallucinating. Like this is a deep. I'm not a doctor and I don't know if it's psychosis, but let's just say that she's psychotic. She's crazy, right? I shouldn't say she's crazy. There are people who hear voices and they go to treatment and they get it under control and they can live with it, right? I think schizophrenics in particular can like hear voices.
Yes. But the point is she doesn't get her daughter help. And
she thinks it's an imaginary friend, right?
97. I would think that she could have gotten her daughter help. This is already 97. Or no, she was born in 97.
But you wouldn't. A child with an imaginary friend doesn't like need help. They just need to outgrow it, right? The mother has misunderstood, misdiagnosed what's happening here, right?
Yes. We're saying it's more than an imaginary friend.
Yes.
Especially if your imaginary friend is telling you to kill people. That's not an imaginary friend. That's psychosis. I would agree with you there. I mean, we can ask Gloria, but I think that's past an imaginary friend there. But yeah.
I never had one.
Huh?
Do you guys have an imaginary friend?
I don't remember having one, but
No, I had a brother, so I always had, I didn't like, so I don't know if
I don't know. I was an only child.
Yeah, it's always only children in movies. Only children have imaginary friends, right?
All I can say is I don't remember having one, and I've not heard my parents tell stories about me having one, so I don't know.
AJ, no imaginary friend?
I did not. I had a brother.
You had a brother also bothering you, yeah.
I had a dog. There you go.
Anyway, I'm really intrigued by Climby, the imaginary friend. Climby.
Yeah, Climby told her to lock her mother and boyfriend. Though sometimes I wonder, though, too, like, did her voice really tell her that, or was it that she wanted to kill her and she used that as a reason? I mean, that's the other thing, too. She could have made it up because she is psycho. We don't really know. But at any rate, she almost kills her mother and the boyfriend.
I mean, I think look, I got major problems with this whole storyline. I think maybe at this point, Jane is experimenting with this kind of stuff. I don't know if she really wants to kill her mother, but she definitely is threatening her mother. Like, she lets them out. She doesn't kill them, right? Like, she definitely wants to threaten her mother. She's definitely, like, not quite there yet, maybe.
Yeah.
But,
or she chickened out. We don't really know. But yes, she didn't kill them is the point. She did let them out. But either way, that's beyond okay. I mean, that's not good. Yeah.
I mean, it's important that the mother appears to not be a great mother and not be interested in having a child. And part of it is it like this, would she have been a killer if Dawn didn't scream in her mother's face, your baby's a killer who must be stopped, and like it, that along with whatever depression. I mean, the mother definitely had depression and didn't want this baby, right? Like, we saw all of that, and like, but it's kind of. I mean, this is not the show we're watching, but did Dawn cause it by giving the mother this attitude? I don't know. Kimberly had an imaginary friend.
Yes.
And
though she had brothers.
I got a lot of problems with this storyline. I consider this a giant waste of time because I don't need it established. I don't need Jane's background. It's enough for me that she's a hired killer and Samantha brought her down there. And I don't really need this big mommy issues kind of thing.
I didn't
See-
mind the backstory if it was good backstory.
Yeah, I was disappointed by the backstory, but after the backstory episode we got with Billy's was so intriguing.
Billy's
So
was
I'm
really
thinking,
good.
so I'm thinking, I can't wait to see what makes Jane tick because she's fucking psycho.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, but
and that's
she's
and there's a huge difference. I mean, between Billy and Jane, whereas Billy is a mercenary, but his whole story was really, kind of sad. And I think, Billy really loves Xavier and his kids, like he never, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think he would ever have hurt Xavier. Whereas Jane doesn't give a fuck about nobody.
It's true.
She's just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
She is.
Yeah, she's a little sorry, I got distracted by watching Venezuela singing their national anthem. They have won the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, shush. I was watching it.
I'm sorry, you haven't seen the end?
Spoiled it.
No, I already saw. No, I saw the end.
Oh, you're shushing me because you're unhappy with the outcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Please like the stream, guys. Share it, subscribe. It is always appreciated. We need to get up to 2,000 subscribers, guys. We're at 1,900. We've reached 1,900. We only need 100 more.
All right. Anyway, yeah, I'm disappointed with the quality of the backstory. Bill, to reiterate, AJ, what you said, Billy's backstory was how he came to become a mercenary, and it was interesting and kind of deep. And Jane's is like garden variety TV psycho.
Yeah.
But it's funny. It's almost like this message was sent back in time. All right, we're just going to go with it. This message was sent back in time to stop her, but it might be what caused it in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is when her mother. So this is when her mother screams at her like, "That guy was right, and you're the worst thing that's ever happened to me."
Yes, you're right, Dieter. It's 2,000 subscribers, not 2,000 cash. I'm asking for 2,000 subscribers. Don't get me wrong.
Because he wrote 2K incoming. He's not sending you cash.
I bet we're close to 2,000 subscribers. I should have specified.
He's not sending you 2K.
No, I was not asking for 2,000.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
That was funny. Close. You guys know we got. Well, I was gonna say, what was it up? You guys, I gotta say, I'm like amazed the way my video did. I'm so happy everybody shared it. It's at over 2.3 thousand viewers in the last couple days. The from video. So you guys are awesome.
Great.
Keep sharing the video. It helps.
All right.
Go ahead. So anyway, we don't like her backstory.
No,
it's dumb.
Yeah, great.
And
all
even
right.
All right. Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. Go ahead. Continue.
Okay. Yeah.
This is when Presley goes to Harper and says, "Your mom is not who you think she is."
No,
I didn't like this scene either.
No, this is just her saying that she won't let anything happen to her mother, and it was creepy the way she said it to me. I mean, I know she didn't mean it creepy, but it came out creepy.
I mean, they're establishing Jane's devotion to Samantha, like whereas previously, like. Okay, she shot her in the head, so I considered her a threat to Samantha, or shot her in the throat, right? But now it seems like she is truly devoted to Samantha,
Well,
and
here's the funny thing, that I feel like Jane has taken a very drastic tonal shift.
Yes.
Jane has, everything we've known about Jane, even after we found out she was a psycho killer after she killed Billy. She was still good at playing the wounded woman and Presley, I'm your best friend, and she was very good at the manipulation. Now she just walks around like who can't see that she's nuts.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think she cares. I don't think she feels like she needs to hide it.
I disagree with that. Why wouldn't she care? She still needs to hide it.
No, I said she thinks she need to hide it.
But why would she think that?
Because she's a crazy psycho killer. I didn't say it was a good thing. I just said I think she feels like it. Because she walks around like she is running everything. I mean, like you said earlier.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, she's got Robinson's job now. She's the head of the Secret Service detail. She's got Robinson's job.
Yeah. So she's,
Yeah, but her I just feel like her mask has come off, and the character has shifted completely. Like she can't.
I agree with you. She was really good at hiding her true self last season, and now she's just really seems kind of crazy in every scene, right?
Yeah.
yeah. Golden Child says Jimmy made up the reason she told Sinatra she needed her alive. That wasn't the real reason.
Oh no, I really love the reason she needs her alive. Like I really, to me, it might be worth tolerating this horrible backstory to get to that line. So that's interesting, Golden Child, that you think that there isn't the real reason. We're talking about later in the episode when she says, "I'm a weapon and I need someone to point me."
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It makes Jane sound more crazy, though.
I think that makes Jane sound really self-aware, and that she would be like a loose cannon and maybe like more dangerous if she didn't have someone to channel her tendencies.
Okay. I hadn't thought about it that way. I see what you're saying. Okay. That's interesting. I had not thought about that.
Ooh, maybe Climby is her dark passenger. For anybody that watches Dexter.
I don't watch Dexter.
I know you don't.
Need that.
That's why I said
all right.
anybody.
So we have Gabriella. What's her last? I don't know her last name.
Dr. Gabby.
Yeah, Dr. Gabby. So she is searching transcripts of stuff for mentions of Alex. She finds Alex Trebek, not really helpful because one of them, I forget which one of them thought it was Alex, not Alex Trebek, and they like kind of.
She says, "I watched Jeopardy every night for years. I'm telling you, it's Alec." I'm like, wait, what? Who doesn't know that it's Alex Trebek? Come on.
Yeah. Either way, it's it was a place that it said Alex. But then she found in this transcript where she tells Gabriella, "I've done something terrible. I've crossed the line no person should cross, but Alex is our only chance." And she didn't know what she was talking about. And she said, "I'm afraid of the person I'm going to have to be in order to save them." And she didn't, ever tell her what she meant, but she did, that's where she found the mention of Alex. But before she can do too much, she is called to a council meeting. Okay, and there is what the hell's her name? Presley, getting ready to go to school. Or no, is she going to school? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
She's in her uniform.
Yeah, she's going to school. All right. So how do you like Starry Night there in the boardroom?
Yeah,
that was awesome. So yeah, she comes to the boardroom and she is like tells them what's going on with the outside. Now, I have an issue with the scene, a big issue with the scene.
I have an issue with Starry Night, which I've seen in a museum in Amsterdam. So I don't know how it got to be in Colorado, but whatever.
Because they took it.
Yeah, because they took it. They liked it. They took it. Yeah, I don't know.
She planned to steal it from the museum years before the end of the world.
Well, they knew the end of the world. They knew the end of the world was coming. Yeah, she's got all the money. She's a billionaire. She's a multi-billionaire. She probably bought it.
She bought it. Yeah.
She probably bought it. Because I mean, really, if you're going to be the end of the world, you're not going to need the rest of that cash, right? Like it's worth nothing right now. So it doesn't.
Well, unless she thinks she's going to turn back time and need her cash.
Yeah, I don't know. But either way, she might have gotten it by legal means. We don't know. Okay, so anyway, the biggest problem I have with this scene is nobody's like, there's people out there. It looks normal. What's going on? Like everybody thought that the world was over. At least that's what we've been led to believe because it was like this big revelation last season when we found out there were people alive and nobody knew that. So why is like nobody surprised? Or did she actually tell the people the truth?
Because this is the inner circle and they probably already knew.
All right, but see that to me is
I
have
to
assume. I would have liked to.
I don't think they knew because she had the scientist murdered, so that
no. I mean, I'm sorry. I should have. I mean, I think they already knew since Link originally knocked on the door.
Oh, so we just missed their initial shock.
Okay, that makes sense. But I still feel like that was kind of a big thing to skip over. Like it could have been like a 30-second conversation, and it would have.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the show is skipping over entirely because everywhere Xavier goes in the world looks normal. There's beautiful, lush foliage, like not like there's no, it does not look at all like I hate to hold up The Walking Dead as an example of goodness, but like at least that looks like a world that ended, right? Like this.
But Karen, remember, this is what the world looks like outside right now. That's the calm before the storm. Because remember that scientist said everything will look like it comes back to normal, and everybody be like, "Oh, we made it, we survived." But that's not even the worst part. The worst part is yet to come.
I mean, they're in Atlanta. They're within miles of what was supposedly a direct nuclear hit, right? There's no.
You are not. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I have to yell at Fletch. You are not right. Not yet. And I don't think it's time travel. I think it's messages that can go back in time. That's a little different.
Okay.
Either way, we don't like it, Fletcher.
I'm like irritated that there's no skeletons, there's no dead bodies, there's no destroyed buildings, there's no like it. They went through like the volcano ash winter for like 2 years, and then it got warm, and like the forests, those trees that were dead in the forest somehow got leaves again. Like they're just lazy about the end of the world on this show. They don't want to spend any money dressing the sets.
I guess regardless of that, my point is they made such a big deal about everybody being dead, or we thought everybody was dead, that to me there should have been some kind of like indication that these people were shocked when they found out. And you're right, they probably skipped it, but I would have liked to have seen it.
All right, Fletcher just got here, so I need to say what I said earlier. So that I fear that this show is going in a direction where Sinatra is going to end up being the hero, and she's doing all these terrible things because it won't matter when she sends a message back in time to stop the destruction of the world.
Yeah.
You happy now, Fletcher?
Either way, we don't like the time travel thing.
I think she's going to get Superman to spin the world backwards on its axis. And
there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. He thinks it's funny. Anyway, so they're having their meeting, and she is doing something smart. Whoops, well, that's not there. She's doing something smart where she's like, I'm not going to do anything until we all make a decision, which to me, the way that she's manipulating them to begin with, she's going to guide them to the decision she wants, but makes it feel like it was their decision, so they're good with it. Clearly, I don't know. I don't think she's going to let them make the decision. She's just acting.
Well, that's why Gabby gets up and leaves.
Yes, Gabby's like, fuck that. She's like,
no. And Gabby says that to her later. Like, you engineered that whole thing. You led them to that decision, right? Yeah. Oh, no. Does she say that? Because I was watching. So that
I think it's implied.
What Jamie just said, almost those exact words were said by, I was watching For All Mankind today, and there's a scene where they're like, they didn't decide, you set it up, you engineered it, so they would go along with you. But yeah, Jamie, she guides them. They were not chosen for their ability to be good leaders and governors. They were chosen
for their ability to be
by
puppets.
Sinatra because they're kind of figureheads, right? Like Sinatra really runs the show.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So down in the prison, there's the underground. I don't know.
Oh wait! I gotta put a star on this because my mind is blown in here.
I guess that was you that likes Mr. Bean then? I was going to say
I hate Mr. Bean, but Bean is like...
Oh, okay, then AJ likes Mr. Bean because I'm like, I like that. You like Mr. Bean. All right, fair enough. Yeah. Well, Fletcher thinks, yeah, well, actually, we won't get to that because that's not in this episode. So maybe we ought to get to it now. Fletcher says his link.
You missed Fletcher and his insanity last week.
Yes, theory. No, it's good. It's good to have theories, but I don't know. I don't know that I think Bean's linked. We'll see. No, I'm not. Not in a bad way, Fletcher. But no, that's great. But yeah, just not my theory.
Did you guys talk about the fact that we have this underground prison, and that that Sinatra built this place to have a secret prison. Like, she knew she was going to have to start disappearing people, and like, she planned this, right? Like, this is like a high level of scary shit in her planning, that she planned it with an underground prison for the inevitable day when she had to go all totalitarian and start disappearing people off the streets into prison.
Let me ask you a question, though. Is it really a big leap to think in a community that's going to be there for X amount of years that you may have people that need to go in prison, though? I mean, I don't think that's like a huge stretch to think you might need a jail.
No,
I mean, did they have to build a whole underground prison? Maybe not, but
they handpicked all the best people.
Yeah, but just because you pick the best people doesn't mean they don't do bad things. I'm just saying.
They were all super scrutinized. Gabby handpicked every single one of them. They all had like all these psychological evaluation and stuff, right? They were all handpicked by Gabby. And I could see you have a jail cell, but this is a concentration camp. This is like a huge yard, right?
Yeah, you just need a few jail cells.
By the way, I was listening to Wait, Don't Tell Me. I don't know if you guys know this show. It's a radio show on NPR. And I learned an amazing fact. Did you guys know that every Whole Foods has a secret little jail cell inside the Whole Foods where they hold thieves until the cops can come and get you?
That is funny. No, I did not know that.
Yes. So here we are in the Whole Foods downstairs. I think, look, I could see maybe having like a Andy Griffith style jail with like 2 cells to hold a couple people, right? But she's prepared. This is like she's prepared to hold many people down here. Just in that little shot, they're seating for like 36 people right there at those 6 tables, right?
Yeah. You got a good point. All right. Anyway, he is like the worst planner ever. He's talking to these guys, trying to find a way to escape, and he's like really, really obvious.
To be fair, he's 16.
He is 16. This is the guy that designed the prison.
Anders.
Now, what's his name?
Anders.
Okay. Anders says something. I don't remember what he says, but something that it'll open the doors or something. What's he say? Do you remember what he said?
He says you can't blow the doors open. There's no way to blow the doors open. However, if you turn off the oxygen system, then all the doors will automatically open because they got to breathe.
Yeah. Now, you know what I thought when he said that? And this is my prediction. If they open the doors, what do you think is going to happen? All those people are outside trying to get in. If they open the doors, they can get in, not just people go out, right?
But they don't know there's 50 people outside.
No, but I'm saying I think that's where it's going. I think that they're going to open it and then they're going to come charging in. That's what I think anyway.
Like in Fallout, when they opened the door for the wedding and everybody came and attacked them?
Yeah, like in what?
Fallout in the first I watched
Fallout,
and like the first I only watched the first 2 episodes. I hated it, but like they open the doors to let the people from the next bunker come for a wedding and they take over.
That's when they attacked. Yeah, I forgot about that. I did see the first one. All right. So this is where Sinatra asks Jane. She asked Jane why she shot her. She asked Jane. She says, you said to me that you didn't kill me because you needed me alive or something like that.
You're no use to me if you're dead.
You're no use to me if you're dead. There you go. Better than I said it. Okay, so I remember we said we had something else to say when we got to this point, but I don't remember what it was. Or did we go through it all? Because we were talking about it earlier.
I mean, in this, I can't remember exactly what happens in the scene, but you can see throughout this that Sinatra seems to have made a point to make nice with Jane and maybe try to get Jane back under her control. Like she says, Jane, you scare me. I have to admit, you scare me. But right, she says that to Jane also. Like I felt like Sinatra is very calculated in her dealing with Jane. I
think she can control the crazy. Probably not, but she thinks she can.
Well, she doesn't know how crazy. Maybe
true. Well, it depends how much they. You said that they checked everybody out. Maybe they do know how crazy.
Well, we're going to talk about that when we get to that part of the flashback because that's the most annoying part of the whole show.
Yeah. Okay, so
and I think this is where Jane says, "I'm a weapon. I need someone to point me."
Yeah, this is where we get
10 years earlier.
Yeah. Let's see.
Jane is in training for the
We'll
FBI.
we'll get to as soon as once we get past the flashback and we get back to the breakout, we'll get to the chat stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is 10 years earlier. This is where she's training to work for the CIA. This guy has her tied up. She's supposed to try to get away from him. She's not great at it. She's not a great fighter. And this woman is sort of her mentor.
Her name is Stacy, I think. Wait, is the character Stacy? So this character, this woman, I gotta look her up again. She in real life is Sterling K. Brown's wife. And her name is hang on, let me look her up real quick. I kept this page open so I could tell you her name. Jane, blah, 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 blah. Hang on. Let me just scroll here because I hate when I don't know an actor's name. Her name is Ryan Michelle Bath, and she's Sterling K. Brown's wife, and the character's named Stacy.
Why is that name familiar? What's her name? Ryan
Michelle Bath, B-A-T-H-E.
Yeah, that I don't know. That name's just really familiar. I don't know. It was familiar. I just wondered. Okay. Sorry. So she is sort of here. AJ, why don't you answer that before we move on? When's House of the Dragon coming out? Do you know? Season.
It's June or July.
I think it's June, right?
I feel like it's June.
Okay.
There's a trailer out. Go watch it.
Yeah, the trailer probably tells you, Fletcher.
It does.
I don't know.
That's how I found out.
I see. All right. So, so anyway, she is sort of a mentor to her and helps her, clear
She's
her
giving
mind.
her advice. For some reason, she's taking this girl under her wing and giving her some
Yeah,
advice. Teaches her how to meditate.
Yeah, I think she feels bad for her. She says something to her at some point, like that she never got a shot. Like it sounds like she kind of knows that her growing up, she didn't have a great time. So she's given her a chance. And she ends up good at it. The meditation helps her to like fight and clear the person who's much bigger than she is. Now, yeah, did she say something with the meditation about the voices, or was I just insinuating and thinking that it meant that it made the voices quieter?
No, it makes the voices quieter, which I think is a crock, but whatever.
No, but I mean, did she say that, or am I just thinking that? Because I vaguely remember.
No, you're not just thinking it. She says it.
Okay. I don't know if somebody told me that they heard voices, I would be like, I don't think you should be working for the CIA.
Well,
she said, no. Instead, she said, I don't want to know.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna get to that, but well, I guess we glossed over it, but
sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Finish the flashback, and then we can talk about all the problems with this.
I think that's past the flashback. This hasn't gotten to her going to see her at her house or any of the penis stuff yet. This is just the intro part of that. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, Jane, how would Jane ever pass a psych evaluation to get into the CIA training program in the first place? And how has Jane not had any scrapes with the fact that she even could get into the FBI, CIA is insane. And then what happens later? How was she even available to Sinatra? How was she not incarcerated?
Don't know.
It makes no sense. Anyway, I'll hold that till later. But so the meditation helps her succeed in her training.
Yes. I think we also skipped the fact earlier because I'm seeing this of her going out. She Sinatra said that she wanted her to go meet and negotiate with the Lincoln. Yeah. All right. So here Presley talks to her friend and she tells her she should talk to the president, or not the president's daughter, sorry, Sinatra's daughter. And she basically is like, your mother isn't who she thinks she is. People keep disappearing and then I'm trying to find them. My friends are disappearing. They're blaming Xavier for everything and Robinson for everything. And yeah. And she's kind of opening her eyes to the fact that her mother.
This scene is terrible.
It's a terrible scene.
It's an awful scene. Makes no sense. There is no reason for Presley to think that the daughter knows anything about anything. You know? It's just it was put in just so the daughter can start,
Yeah.
doubting her mother now to help. It was just, it's also convoluted. This whole episode was just such a huge letdown.
I agree. Not only is there no reason to think that Harper knows anything, but and if she did know something, that she would betray her mother based on a 2-second conversation with Presley, who she appears to have never met, despite the fact that they go to what must be a very small school. There's only 25,000 people in all of Paradise. They got to have a pretty small school.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking. It's not like there are thousands and thousands of kids like in college. You don't even know them, right?
Yeah, true. All right. So here Gabriella is going to see Robinson, and she's like, I forget. She asks her for help, right? Help in taking down Sinatra. She knows that she knows Robinson didn't do it, and she's like, the only way we're going to get out of here is if you help me. And she's like, she's so over it. She's just like, it is what it is, and she's kind of accepted her fate, but doesn't really want to help her. She's in a pissy mood. And she does finally say, though, that it's not Sinatra you have to worry about, it's Jane. And if you want to get to Sinatra, you have to go through Jane. And that Jane's the one that killed Billy. Jane's, she's crazy, and that they didn't see it, and that she's been manipulating them. That's basically how that conversation goes. Hopefully I got that out okay.
Yep.
So
moving on.
Yeah. She doesn't want to help at any rate. Okay, so here is Jane goes outside to see Link and his people. She takes out her hair. I guess she thinks it makes her look more innocent. I don't know, but she does it to help herself. Yeah. And then she goes and grabs the guy with the gun, and she's like, okay, you're going to listen to me or I'm going to kill him. And she does get them to negotiate. They kind of go back and forth, and they agree that he can take, I think 3 something.
5 people, no weapons.
5 men in with him, or people in with him into the bunker, no weapons. And then she says they're gonna let her go, and they're not gonna stop her, and she's gonna go off. And then and apple pie. He says something about apple pie, and she's like,
yes, apple pie.
And she's like, yeah, we got that. That works.
That was so dumb. That was so dumb. Like, I just felt like this is the writers like trying to be a little cute here, and then they're shortchanging other scenes that require like better dialogue. I thought that was really ridiculous, and it's ridiculous on the part of Link. Like, what you're trying to negotiate, like for the future of humankind, and you're like, oh, bring me a slice of pie while you're at it, right? Like,
I kind of felt like it was more him, I don't know, trying to say something like he knows that like they have stuff that's like he's asking for something inconsequential on purpose. I don't know. That's kind of how I took it. Like he's like they'll give him anything, but also just like that he knows that they're not.
Look, if Jane was trying to hide the fact that they have everything, she wouldn't have come out in a dry clean 3-piece suit with a pure white shirt.
Yeah, no, I don't think she's trying to hide it, but I think he's kind of trying to say that he knows that they have that kind of stuff in there, and like it's more like a flippant thing. I don't know. I just felt like there was
I'm pretty sure Terry could have baked an apple pie in that train. Like it's not.
Like, how hard is it to make an apple pie, right?
Well, the world does not appear to really be that affected by an extinction level event. There's cans of baby formula everywhere. People heating up bottles for this random baby. Like it doesn't.
Unless it's supposed to go back to that conversation of.
All right, I think we're.
All right, go ahead.
Worrying too much about apple pie.
You're right. Thank you, AJ.
They did have that conversation about what do you miss about the real world. So maybe it was kind of back to that. He misses a pie. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, so back to Jane. Now I was going to bring up Kimberly's comment. I would assume they would do a comprehensive psych testing report on Jane, and I bet her MMP, I don't know what that is, would show that she has psychopathic tendencies. But I'm sure that is probably the case. Yeah, I don't think she would have been let into the CIA. I would agree with that.
And that any CIA instructor would be like, oh, I really don't want to look at your psych evaluation. I don't really want to know. Like, what kind of dereliction of duty is that?
Yeah, I know. Look, if this was like later and they knew they needed killers for hire to go into the bunker, then I'd say, okay, maybe. But yeah, them just glossing over that.
Look, do I believe the CIA employs assassins? Probably. Do I think like they're like pick you off? Like, I don't think that this is how it goes. They're like, oh, that kid Jane would be a good assassin. Let's get her. No, they, like
Yeah, if they were going to get an assassin, they would want one that was all there and not nuts.
You build a good agent, and then you maybe put them into a specialty later.
Yeah,
right?
I agree. So the point of this conversation, other than she's trying to help out Jane, is that she says that she was passed over for a promotion that a guy got that didn't deserve it, and Jane says, why did he get it? And she goes, because he has a dick, Jane, because he's a man. And Jane takes it a little too literal. But yeah, that's what that is about. Which obviously will come later with Crazy Jane, but that's just their conversation. Okay. Then we have Jane coming to see Sinatra, and I forget what
this might be. This might be where she says, "You scare me." But what's important about the scene is what happens after Sinatra leaves the room. I think is what's important.
You mean with
I have an even bigger problem.
This is where she gives her the Nintendo Switch, I think.
Yeah. She gives her a Switch. But the thing with her daughter is also creepy too. With her, when she gives her daughter a look like, I'm like you, like she thinks she's her sister or something. Wasn't that here that she gave this weird look? Or was that earlier?
I didn't catch a weird look, but I know where AJ's going. Why is there a Switch in a box laying around?
Did Sinatra just have it laying around one day? Was she going to give it to her daughter and decided, I'll give it to Jane instead?
She also had a box of Legos she gave that baby that was born 2 weeks ago. Like, she brought a lot of packaged toys down there for presents. Guess they wanted to have Christmas every year.
I understand the president bringing the Wii. I understand the president wanting his Wii. That's fine. Yeah. The Wii has been around a long time. Now, the Switch, granted, has been around a while. But why is it in a box? I mean, I don't think Sinatra will be worrying about. The computer told me to make sure I bring a Switch with me to the bunker one day. There we go. Never mind. All better.
Yeah, I would agree with you that the only explanation to me that makes sense is it was for her daughter. But why would she have kept it there how many years and not given it to her? It doesn't make any sense, unless they took like backups of things that they.
Yeah, it's just lazy.
I think my computer is restarting. I'm warning you. I think I'm going to lose you guys.
It's just bad writing. Yeah, I hear you, Jamie. It's just bad writing. It's not like, let's not try to like put thoughts into Sinatra's head. I think it's just bad writing.
Yeah.
So, but do you have the next shot, Jamie? What's the next screen?
I can't see anything. My monitor went blank. I think
Jamie's frozen. I think, AJ, this is the scene where Sinatra leaves the room and Jane like tries out her chair and tries out her hair and stuff like that.
Well, no, she leaves first. She leaves and then comes back.
She leaves and comes back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything.
We hear you. We hear you. Yes, we hear you, Jamie. We hear you. I'll text her because she's going to talk to the screen and to herself. Where's my
I took care of that.
You muted her?
Yes.
We hear you.
All right, I'm okay now. I was talking and saying I fixed it, and I'm still muted. I'm still frozen though. I see. I don't know. It's okay. Both my monitors went black all of a sudden. I'm like, what happened?
It's okay. People are not here to watch us. They're here to watch the shots. So I think, yeah. So Sinatra leaves. She sits down and tries out Sinatra's chair. She tries out Sinatra's hair, and we start to see that she's got like a kind of a. At first, I was like, when she sat in the chair, I thought, oh, does Jane want to like rule the world someday? But then when she tried out the hair, I was like, oh no, she has this unhealthy fixation on Sinatra.
Yeah. And she, she says, "Oh, Jane, you did such a wonderful job."
Yeah,
I wonder if so Jane, I think, has serious mommy issues, right?
No. Why would you think that?
I don't know, because she went out of her way to please Stacy in the most psychotic fashion, and now she's trying to please Sinatra, right? And like, does Sinatra had her evaluated and knows that she has these psychotic mommy issues, and so she knows how to work her with the Wii or whatever, or is she just trying stuff out? Anyway, Sinatra's working her. Sinatra's smarter than Jane.
Yes, I would agree with that.
I think the conversation with her and Gabby is even more interesting because I kept thinking, oh my God, they're going to kill Gabby. Because she just came right at Jane. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, she doesn't know. She apparently doesn't know how dangerous Jane is.
She does. She just had the conversation with Robinson.
Oh yeah, and Robinson
Robinson just got done telling her she's killed 4 people that
Yeah.
she knows of.
Yeah, Robinson just told her that Jane is a killer.
And she came right after her, and I'm thinking, oh my God, there is nothing to stop Jane from just putting a bullet in her head.
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
Especially since she's estranged now. She was Samantha's best friend, but now they're kind of estranged, right?
I do like Gabby. Like, I mean, I think Jane's too crazy for it to work, but I do like the tactic she's trying to use. She's like, yeah, you know, I used to be close with Sinatra, and that didn't work out. So where do you think you're going to end up? You know?
Yeah.
But that's not gonna that ploy is not gonna work with Jane.
Yeah. All right, let's keep clicking. We gotta keep moving.
Okay. I'm gonna put this up though. That's what Jane has plans to take Sinatra's spot. He thinks that's what she really did.
Comment earlier when Golden Child commented that Golden Child commented that Jane told a lie when she said, "I'm a weapon. I need you to point me."
I took it a different way. I think she wants her to be her mommy.
Yeah, like Kimberly said, a single white female vibe. Yeah, I don't know. It's creepy at any rate, whatever it is. All right. So we got more with the. Okay, it's not switching at all, is it? You guys aren't seeing my picture switch.
No.
Okay.
That's
I am going to give me a second. I'm going to restart OBS. It's going to it might be weird for a second, but we might lose the video.
All right. Well, we'll
but let's go to we're at the part with the prison again. So let's go to the stuff about the bunker. You guys do the chat of the bunker while I'm figuring out how to get this back on, okay?
So I think Jamie's talking about the Great Escape Plan
when what the hell's the son? I forgot his name. Jeremy. When Jeremy says to Robinson, I don't need to listen to my dad's side piece.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, side piece? She's like, you know what, kid? We're good. You go get yourself killed.
Yeah.
Well, and she says to him, hey, Shawshank, you're going to get caught. You're so obvious.
Oh, my God. That was so great when she called him Shawshank.
And then after the side piece comes, she says, okay, Andy Dufresne, you just,
Yeah, that was so good.
I thought this scene, I mean,
probably the best part of the whole episode.
It kind of was, and I don't always love writers reaching for a little snark like that, but it felt more like a natural conversation that people were having.
It worked coming from Robinson.
Yeah, I thought whoever writes her and who wrote that scene did a good job, and it just felt like people talking in a way that this show sometimes just feels like people making speeches, right?
Yeah.
I like that scene, and so in the end, she helps them, right? She can see that they're bumbling through their escape, and she helps Anders and Jeremy. She comes to their rescue.
Well, yeah, because she sees the guard is going into the shack where they are.
You guys are getting way ahead of where we are.
Jamie, we can't be a mind reader of what.
No, can't you see it now? I fixed it. You can't see it?
It's the same exact picture that you had up before, though, of Jeremy, right?
Yeah, that wasn't what I had up before. I had
a picture of Jeremy
before. It's working now. Anyway, let's go to the why we're here at the stuff that's with the bunker. Let's go to the chat stuff about the bunker. Fletcher had said the one who created the bunker is going to destroy it, which is kind of funny that he's now thinks he's gonna thinks that if the scientist was right, something worse is coming.
Okay, here's the thing. Do we know that anybody other than Sinatra knows that?
No, there's no way.
That was a different scientist. That was a different scientist, though.
I think anybody. No, it was the same guy. I think anybody who maybe watched his deep dive YouTube videos might know about it, but it's not these 25,000 people don't know that.
I thought the scientist had told her that was the one that she took out at the bar, that she took to the bar and bought him expensive wine. Yeah. That was a different scientist than the one that's down in the prison.
No, of course not. No. Yes, we know that. AJ, we're saying, you said if something worse is coming, then they should destroy the bunker.
I'm saying it was the other scientist that said that, not the one in the bunker, is all I'm saying.
Okay, hold on. Stop. I'm out. I'm out.
He was there.
I'm out. The guy in the bunker with Jeremy is not a
Yes.
scientist. He is an engineer.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
the
You're right.
architect.
Sorry, that's my fault. You're right.
I agree that nobody but Sinatra knows that things are going to get good for 2 years and then get worse, unless you were watching the scientist. Like, we've seen multiple clips of that scientist on the news and on YouTube and stuff, right? I mean, it was his videos that convinced Ravi to build a bunker to live in, and Gary watched all that guy's videos also, right? They know that there's going to be 2 years of plenty and then it's going to get worse, but nobody in Paradise knows that. So in terms of opening I don't think anybody knows. So in terms of opening the doors, Jeremy's planning to open the doors. Jeremy doesn't know that in a short time, things are going to start to get bad again.
Right.
Yeah. And Anders, the engineer, doesn't know either. Because why would Sinatra tell anybody that? How do you keep people under control if they are in fear of this is going to get worse, right? All right. So
Doesn't
anyway,
matter. Doesn't matter. She's going to send a message back and stop the whole thing anyway.
she is, yes. So anyway,
Okay. Okay, where to go? B says if something worse is coming and it's going to be that bad, the bunker is eventually doomed anyway. I think that I'm assuming that that's why she created Alex, or not created Alex, stole Alex, right? Like that's what she says is going to save him. I thought.
now
Well,
we don't know. We don't know what Alex is. We know that she has a big project that's called Alex. She has not said Alex is going to save us, right?
No, that I'm talking about, she said when she was talking to Gabrielle in that transcript, it says something like what I'm going to have to do to save them. It said something about using Alex, because it had to do with that where she said Alex in that transcript.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming she thinks Alex is going to save them, whether it will or not. I don't know. But
I mean, I don't know about that, but yeah. I mean, I think it's okay. It's an okay assumption. We just don't know yet.
No, I'm definitely assuming.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, I would assume the bunker would resist everything. They need to stay inside. Okay, see, yeah, use Alex to save the world. That's what I thought. Let's see. There was something.
I mean,
else.
nobody's recommending throwing
or they could save the cheerleader. Problem solved.
Yeah. It's only Jeremy who I mean, the idea of opening the doors, they're talking about opening one little door and letting five guys come in to talk. Only Jeremy is talking about opening the bunker, right?
Yeah. Well, that engineer is saying that's the only way to let them out, is to let everybody out. At least I think that's what he's saying.
No, Jeremy's stated purpose is to blow the doors off this place. That's
right.
What
let everybody out. That's what I mean. Okay. Anyway, B says, I thought the earth was going to get really hot and eventually all the water would dry up even way under. I don't know about the water, but yeah, it was supposed to get real hot. I do remember that. All right. So back to, where'd my picture go? Okay. So now we have the thing where
I have to wake up at 4 a.m, so I would love for us to get this moving faster, please.
Okay.
Or I might have to drop off.
Okay, so she goes to visit the guy who got the job. She's like, will you step down? He says no. And she's like, okay. And then we find out that since her boss said that he got the job because he had a penis, she took care of it, which was over the top crazy. I thought it was kind of funny a little bit, but not at the same time, like too crazy and just too much.
See, here's my biggest problem with that whole scene is she's blatantly obvious about the whole thing. Like, I expected her to do some kind of song, and like I expected her to come be like, "Oh my god, is he okay?" No, she has a penis in a fucking gift bag.
With it's like a real gift bag. This is a level of psycho that I don't like. Is previously like. I think where Jane, if it was just that Jane beat the guy up and threatened him and then he quit the job or whatever, that would be more realistic and more menacing. To make Alex so out of touch with reality that she thinks someone would be happy to receive a severed penis in a bag is just so beyond, it makes it impossible for me to believe that she's able to sustain any idea of reality that we've seen coming. We've seen from her, right? It's just way too much. I thought she beat the guy up and he quit, or she killed him and disappeared him or something. That I could believe, right? I mean, Jamie's not on screen. I mean, do you agree that it's just way too much?
Yeah, I agree. It's way too much. I gave up. I can't fix the camera. I was trying. Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's crazy. It was over the top. I mean, like I said, it was kind of like the line was kind of funny and it was like shock value, but it was like bad for the story. I think they should have left that out, but it is what it is. Jane is insane. This is where she pretended to be her, but we already talked about that. You guys were just ahead.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
the penis bit, sorry, I have to also chime in here. Another thing that's annoying about it, how was she not jailed for this? Like how so
that's flashback part 2.
Yes, that was 10 years ago. So did I mean how was she not in jail? And like did Sinatra get her out of like it just makes no sense, right? Like
We
that
still have 2 episodes. We may find out.
Yeah, but I would assume you're right. Probably she tried to get her out of jail or had to get her out of jail or something.
And again, bottom line, I do not care. Like we know that Jane is a cold-hearted killer, and that's all I really needed to know about her, right? I didn't need all this. This is the flashback that we didn't need.
It's the flashback I wanted that ended up not wanting.
Yeah.
I wanted to see her flashback. I just wasn't expecting this crap.
Yeah, true.
I was expecting some, really calculating, crazy person who was really good at masquerading, and that is not what we got.
And Sinatra has the resources to hire like a real professional killer who's not insane, except that maybe if you go into the line of work, you're kind of off, right? But or there are people that, right? Like she has the resources to hire a true professional and not like pick a psycho out of jail. So I don't. Yeah, it just makes.
Let's not belabor it.
All right, sorry.
Not going too far. Okay. So this is where Presley gets a message from Hadley that she wants to help her find out about her friends, which we agree she shouldn't have necessarily done, but that's what she did, and so she's going to try to help her. She thinks.
You know what the best part was before that was when she questioned her mom. Sinatra fucked up.
She's like, are you Sinatra?
And she's like, no, that's a CIA name or whatever. Like, how could she not?
Yeah.
Name?
But where Sinatra fucked up was when she was said about sending people down there. Nobody's supposed to know about down there.
Yeah, like what's down there? She pretty much admitted it by saying that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
All right. Yeah. So this is where she says, I am not a side piece. And she's like, I'm going to help you anyway. Which, let's be honest, they'd be dead if she didn't. So it's good.
Exactly.
And then we get back to Xavier.
We already know what happened here.
Yeah, we already talked about that.
Go boom, boom. He sees Terry.
Yeah. He looks at the picture and he says, uh-oh, he's obsessed with her. And boom. And then he finds out Terry's there, but she's not. It doesn't look like she's being held prisoner.
This was very rushed and lazy and terrible.
That's okay. I was fine with it. I not for nothing. It could have all been wrapped up in the last episode.
I mean, he could have just gone out and just yelled her name, and she could have walked right out.
But he's under the impression. Remember, he's under the impression they kidnapped her.
Well, and why is he like running his wire during broad daylight with all these people around? It just makes no sense. But whatever. It's over. At least it's over.
Yes. All right.
All right.
Yay! Episode over. Star Trek.
All right. Okay. You guys do Star Trek. I'll probably come back in a bit. And I'm going to right now restart my computer and figure out what's going on. So go ahead and turn your picture on. But thank you, everybody. If you don't stay for Star Trek, thank you for coming. It's appreciated.
All right. Starfleet Academy. You skipped last week's episode?
Yes.
All right. So we can talk about it a little bit. Paramount is providing not that many photographs. So that's okay. We don't need that many. Last week's episode was, in last week's episode, I think it is Sam who helped Caleb to figure out the code to find his mother's messages, right?
Yes. I got to say, this show, for a cover picture, that looks like Beverly Hills 90210 in space. This should have been dark. Like really dark.
Yeah, it is. It's not and it's a little less tweeny than it was in the first few episodes, right?
Yeah.
They seem to have evolved away.
Speaking of Sam, how do you like new Sam? I don't like new Sam. I mean, I don't not like new Sam, but I want her to integrate better.
Yeah, new Sam is kind of she's kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
Right? She's kind of mean, like she's really mean to Genesis. And like, is it Genesis' fault that she reacted to you the way you were? Like, you come back, you're a completely different person, and you're mad at your friends for, like, I don't know. Yeah, new Sam was a little. Old Sam was so much fun because she was like a baby that was learning how to like deal with people, right? And I don't know why they felt they had to like basically retcon her character in the middle of the season, right?
Well, it's like the way they worded it originally, about her having two sets of memories. It's like I didn't understand what they meant until we actually see it in action, where she's like, I'm going through the old me, and I don't like the old me.
I like the old her.
I like the old her too, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I wish she would find maybe she'll be a little better now that her and Genesis had that conversation, and Genesis was like she was projecting her own feelings onto Genesis, because Genesis was like, that's not how I feel at all. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and she said like Genesis was bossy, and I mean, she's a little bit of a bossy person, but also like Sam's like a big baby who needed to be told everything, right? She was only like, her age was measured in days at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe she's more like a real 17-year-old. She's a total jerk.
There you go. Still not worse than Caleb.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a big baby. So she helped Caleb decode the messages. He was going to run off. He found out where his mother is. He's going to run off and get her. But
he was gonna tell Nala until he overheard the conversation. They were shutting everything down and they were pulling in all the Starfleet, and that's when he was like, "Nope, they're going to tell me I can't go, so I'm just going to go."
So he goes and he's going to steal a shuttle. And of course, everybody's like, you have to stop, and they end up stealing a shuttle with him, right? They steal. Well,
Sam didn't give them a choice. Sam shut the door so that Genesis and Darren couldn't get off.
Yeah.
Which Darren didn't seem to care because he was too busy puking up glitter.
Yeah. I mean, it conveniently is spring break, right? No, it's the end of the year. It's like the last day of school.
The end of the year.
And everyone is leaving, and so there's like nobody on the sauce. There's nobody on the ship, really, right?
Well, no, they're all going to
300th day party, right?
But they're going to.
I don't know where they're going. I can't remember.
Where's Tarima from?
Oh, Beta Z.
Beta Z.
Yeah,
Beta Z. Yeah, they're all going to Beta Z because they're also going to reveal the council.
Yeah, and the new capital and everything. So it's very convenient. Almost no one's on the ship, and also conveniently, like Tarima and Jaden get like busted and sent to like confined to quarters. Like they rig. It's very convenient how nobody's around. They did kind of a good job of explaining that, so that the foursome, the main four, can go steal this shuttle and head out on this mission together to go to this planet to find Caleb's mom, who they, despite being complete bumbling idiots, they find her pretty fast.
Well, right? I don't know about they, but Caleb found her.
Well, Caleb found her. Yeah, Caleb found her pretty fast. Actually, they almost get killed. And Caleb's mom, who is the great Tatiana Maslany, who it was so great to see back, right? Here she is. Here's a better shot of her. There were things I didn't like about this episode. I didn't love this episode, but I love Tatiana Maslany, and it was great to see her. And is this her best work ever? No, but all of her work is great. Like, her baseline is great, right? So it was great to see her in these two episodes. But she's also kind of mean after being in prison and traumatized and ripped from her son and everything.
Yeah.
And she just wants to run off with Caleb, right? So they all have to like And Caleb's prepared to do it. Didn't you think I didn't think he would because the show is called Starfleet Academy and he's going to stay. But it did appear that he was thinking of running off with his mother, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that's been his plan all along. Was that he would leave Starfleet and go off with her. But it doesn't work out that way. And she ends up getting shot, right?
Yep.
And conveniently, Nala and Reno had found them.
And the doctor.
The threesome found them and beamed them up at the absolute last minute.
Yeah.
So that's really all that happens. Did you like last week's episode? I liked it.
It was a good setup episode. I really was like I mean, I was intrigued by Bracca's plan.
I didn't even talk about that at all. Yeah,
you know,
I didn't even talk about that at all. So let's talk about that.
With the whatchamacallits, I forget, Omega. What was it? Omega 47 or some shit.
Yeah.
But it was pretty. You know, it's funny. It was so obvious to me what he was doing, and Starfleet was like, "Oh my god, he's encapsulated all of us, and now Starfleet can't get out." Like, no shit. Thank God our people were outside.
I thought so. I guess it gets harder and harder to think up new types of technology on Star Trek, right? Because this was kind of a wild one that, like, it's a particle that if it blows up, it will destroy space, which I was like, okay, space is a vacuum. You can't destroy it because space is nothing.
Oh, but the technology of Omega 47 is what they just learned from the burn. Like, they found a way to take what happened with the burn and do something. They were trying to do something good with it, but Noose, of course, found a way to do something bad with it.
And space will not be navigable.
Well, they can't warp speed is basically what it.
Yeah, it will destroy warp. You won't be able to warp for like 1,000 years, right?
It's like a nuclear explosion.
Yeah. I also thought it was kind of like you pointed this out. Like, so Starfleet knows that he stole all the technology off the space station. Somebody in Starfleet has an exact list of what was taken, and yet they're totally caught by surprise when he deploys their own technology against them. And they didn't see it coming, like, as he's ringing them in, right? I mean, and once again, Starfleet, like, they sent all their ships away from the space station, so it was vulnerable to Noose. Now they send all of their ships away from Federation space to all go to Beta Z, and there's nobody, I mean, there are some ships that are trapped inside Federation space, right?
Well, no, everybody's trapped inside Federation space. Yeah. Like, anybody that, like, they pulled everybody in tight.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what Noose wanted. That's why he set the one off.
Yeah.
To make everybody panic.
Yeah. It just
and Nala even's like, while they're talking that through, and she's like, "Why isn't he attacking anybody though? We're missing something." No shit.
Well, they just seem kind of dumb to be like completely caught unaware by the dangerous technology that was stolen from them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't kind of love that, but I get it, right? And I mean, it was kind of. I got to give the writers credit for like trying to think up a new thing, new technology, new plant. There's been so much Star Trek, so many things have been done, and I'm sure it's really hard to think of a good, a good villain, and a good problem. So it was in, and then they're caught outside, and they've got nothing because. They've been forced to separate the saucer from the rest of the ship. It's like just the saucer that she's got, right?
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah. And then
wait. So I skipped over B's comment earlier, which was I'm not sure I like the new Sam. She doesn't seem to like her old self. And so she's rejecting her friends because they liked old Sam. Oh, I like it. I like it. You're right. She doesn't seem to like her old self very much.
She said she doesn't. It's not that she seems. She flat out says she doesn't like who she was.
Yeah. I liked her.
Yeah,
And
we
so
all
she's
liked her.
rejecting her friends because they liked old Sam. And yeah, I think you're right.
I think you said it best though, Karen.
What?
She's now a typical teenager.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she's a little bit like, oh, I feel like she's accusing them of liking old Sam better. And like, how can they like new Sam when they don't know new Sam yet, right?
Yeah, that's just projecting her own thoughts onto them. That's
Yeah.
what that was.
Yeah. And also, I agree. It was a little silly that they didn't figure out that he was going to use Omega against them. Yeah. I mean, you'd think that they would have gone down the list of possibilities of what could happen to them, right? But
Yeah.
I guess not. But you're right. It was all a big setup for the next episode.
Yeah.
This week's episode.
Yeah.
This finale episode.
Noose grabs his two favorite ladies and starts a trial.
Yeah, I really didn't like this episode. This episode is well reviewed, and a lot of people really liked it.
See, my favorite part of the episode was him talking about playing tic-tac-toe on his planet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and one of the things I have not loved about this show is the way they're using our contemporary language and slang and stuff, and like how would they I thought, oh, how does he even know tic-tac-toe? Is that some sort of universal game that everybody plays? But whatever. I just don't like Noose. And it's making me not. I hate him so much that it's making me not like Jamadi. But I felt that this episode was just everybody making speeches. Like, and how I hate a talky villain, right? AJ knows that I hate villains who are like give speeches. And this episode was mostly Noose giving speeches, except for occasionally the Chancellor would give a speech back to him. And then, Mom, Anisha, I think Anisha made a speech. And then there was another speech. And I just felt like it was speech after speech after speech.
See, I actually liked the trial. I felt like everything came full circle.
How'd you like the idea of the Federation being on trial? I hated that.
Yeah, that was kind of stupid. When that line came out, I was like, really?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of.
That's like 1,000
I don't know where they were going with that. Yeah, somebody thought that would be a funny joke, and it didn't. It fell flat.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I liked the trial. I enjoyed everything on the ship. I tell you what, the real star of the episode is Tig Notaro. She absolutely killed it in this episode.
Yeah, and I
actually read an article that said Jet Reno is the glue that holds Starfleet together.
And I purposely, here she is. I knew I had they. I think Tig Notaro is a they. Uses they. Yeah, and we have occasionally felt that we're not getting enough Reno, not getting enough Tig in these episodes, right? And then Reno was really the center of this episode, right? They move Holly Hunter off the ship, and Reno runs the kids. And I loved how she was like using everything they did as a lesson and treating this like almost like their final exam, right? And
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think you're right. Real star of the episode here.
Yeah, Reno's always kind of sprinkled in here and there and has some really fun moments, but she absolutely killed it in this episode. I love how everybody kept leaving somebody else in charge of the bridge. Like, it got to a point there was two people on the bridge.
Yeah. I didn't love when Genesis gets the con. She says, "I have to pee," and then we never see her do anything.
That was funny.
she's a neglected character who, like, she didn't get her own standalone episode that, you know, I mean, I know that they've really put Caleb at the center, and like developing him is just going to take time away from other people, right? And I get that, but most of the friends got their own episode, and Genesis did not. And
the closest she got was that episode with her and Caleb on the ship.
Yeah. And with so many characters, I guess you can't, like, I mean, I don't want them to, like, kill them off, or maybe somebody will transfer. There's a lot of people on the show that need time, and it's only 10 episodes. And so maybe she'll get hers next week. But so we never got to see what she would really do on the
There is no next week, Karen.
Oh, next season. I meant to say next season. I meant to say next season if it comes back.
What do you mean if it comes back? It's already
already. It's already renewed.
Done filming. It's already done filming.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Because
they wrapped season 2 filming like 3 weeks ago.
That's interesting, because I really felt that the ending felt like it could serve as a series. If they didn't get a second season, it was pretty well wrapped up, and it could serve as
nope. There's a second season. It ends on a cliffhanger, which is problematic because from what I've been seeing, the ratings are not good.
Did they start with a 2-season commitment?
I don't know.
This just felt like an episode that is written when you don't know if you have a renewal, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
No, they already filmed season 2.
That doesn't mean that.
Oh, I got what you're saying. They might not have known at the time that they filmed this. I got what you're saying.
Yeah, right? Because it just felt to me like a pretty final, like a pretty tightly, everything was wrapped up with a nice bow by the end. And I don't have a lot of, there are no real lingering questions hanging around. Here. So yeah, let me see. So Star Trek has sort of almost a tradition of, like, lots of trials, right? Like, we have seen different people be on trial throughout maybe all the seasons, starting from the original series. And I can think of, like, Next Generation had multiple trial episodes. It was on TV a long time. There was a big trial in Deep Space Nine. Like, it happens all the time in Star Trek, right?
Or like when Q put humanity on trial, like
yep.
BO.
Yeah, it did. It did remind. It does. Well, it didn't remind me because you just reminded me. But it does kind of feel like that, putting the whole Federation on trial.
Yeah.
How did you like? I mean, look, I hate this character. I'm glad. So he's not coming back.
No, he will not be. He will not be back next season.
And also, Tatiana Maslany will not be back next season.
She will not. No, she will not be back either.
Yeah. Although I think Kurtzman left it open. Like, could they pop up in season 3 if we got one? Maybe, but they're both gone.
Yeah. Noose doesn't have to come back. That story is over.
Yeah. And I hate him.
Tatiana could show up in season 3. There's no reason that she couldn't.
I hate this character. I don't wish to see him again.
See, I liked him. I thought he was different. He was, not your typical Star Trek type villain.
To me, he was just too much over the top.
See, that's what I loved about him.
And I would have liked to see Giamatti.
That's actually what I loved about him. Giamatti just chewed the scenery in every spot he was in.
Yeah. And so we had to wait till this episode to learn the reason he hates the Federation, which I thought all along, which is because I thought he was a little too mad for just I'm like, you are a villain. You get arrested all the time. Why do you hate Chancellor Ake so much, right? But
he had a reason. Turns out he was wrong.
Well, but not to hate her. She has, for some reason, she's come to represent the entire Federation for her. And we find out that it's really related to this childhood trauma of, he believes the Federation, like, opened fire on his town, right? And he's got all this long list of grievances against the Federation that really stem from when he was a child. And he's really, like, I guess, are we supposed to understand him as, like, emotionally, like, he's traumatized, right? Like he himself uses the word trauma pretty often. Like he says the word trauma in like almost every episode, I think.
It stems from that, but you can tell it's also an excuse to just be a villain.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. He just likes being a villain. And so at the end, Nala, I don't have a better. I just took the glamour shot of her. At the end, she's like, "Wait, what? What? No, that's wrong. Your father blew up the planet by himself, or blew up your town."
Yeah, well, it was because they were like, "What color,
Yeah.
are the pew pews?"
Yeah. They can't be red. They're blue. It was. I mean, I appreciate they did go through a little bit of science.
Yeah.
There to come up with to underpin it all.
And I like the fact that Kayla's mom was in on it too, and she was like, ah. She was like, they're blue and green.
Yeah,
she's
because
like, that's red.
She has her own reason for hating Nala so much, and she's not capable. She says, "I'll never forgive you. I want you to be miserable every single day for the rest of your life for what you did." I think it's a little over the top there. I know these are very angry people, but so she's very angry at Nala for separating her from her son, right? But I mean, to be fair, what we're supposed to do? Let you raise your son in a prison? Like you can't do that, right? He, you know what? You didn't want to go to. I'm sorry that she's taking you to prison, but you killed someone, right? Like you shouldn't have been involved in killing someone. And she's like, "Oh no, I was just robbing the freighter. I didn't know somebody's gonna get killed." Well, you still committed a crime. Like you knew you were committing a crime when you did it, right?
Well, I mean, we even in that first episode, she even says, "Yeah, we were going to be lenient, but you're responsible for the death of a Starfleet soldier." You're
yeah, and like I get it. Like they were starving. There's a little bit of like Jean Valjean here, where like you're stealing food because you're starving,
right.
And so you feel it's justified, and maybe it is, but you still stole from the Federation, and someone was killed. So she's really very irate in a way that I feel like they don't allow this character. There's no space for this storyline. The character can't have space to like have her own guilt about what she did, right? Like she doesn't seem to feel guilty at all about the role she played in being separated from her son. She doesn't.
Well, it kind of. I mean, that does come around because when Nala's like, "You want to dance on somebody's graves? How about the guy that died that day?"
Yeah.
That you had a hand in being responsible. Noose might have pulled the trigger, but you were there. You were part of it.
And he's a psycho. Like you took up with Noose Bronco, who to be like.
Yeah.
I mean, how could anybody not know that he's a dangerous and terrible person?
Exactly.
But they weren't able to write. There's no room in this episode for her to really take any responsibility. It's all Nala being evil, ripping her from her son. Well, he couldn't be raised in a prison. And she said she was going to send him to like a really nice prep school, right? Or like a little Starfleet, awesome orphanage school. And he ran away from it.
Yeah.
So, but I guess what parent, I mean, of course your defense mechanism is going to be like, no, it's not my fault, right? Like who's going to be like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I mean, I guess a normal adjusted person would be like, I shouldn't have done that. Now my kid is, yeah. And, Nala's also always like, she's always like, it was the burn. It was after the burn. Everything was messed up. We tried, right? It's a little pretty dark stuff. You're right. So, so Nala wins and Noose is going back to prison and the Federation is saved. Oh, separately, the kids figured out how to, back on the ship, they figured out how to disarm to stabilize the Omega particle so that the mines are rendered useless.
Just in time too, because Noose had the trigger in his hand.
He did, and it was kind of great when he's like, "Wait, what?" He pulls the trigger and like nothing happens, and he starts throwing like a crazy temper tantrum, and and then all of his people like beam themselves out, and they're like, "Whatever, we're not on your, forget it, we're not following you." That was kind of great to see him have his downfall. I did think several times during this episode, why do these kids even have to go to Starfleet Academy? They can totally fly the ship with only like 2 people. They can figure out how to stabilize these like they can do everything, right? Like I kind of wonder, like, what they're not learning how to. They already know how to pilot a ship, right? I did appreciate how Reno was teaching them how to not be freaking out.
Yeah.
It's really the lesson they have to learn, is like not give in to the fear, and that was a valuable lesson. And to communicate was kind of good. So
and my not favorite part of the episode, but I've been waiting all season for this cameo, and we finally get it in the closing minutes of the episode.
What did we get?
Well, it would show Discovery.
Oh, that's Discovery hovering in the background
During the scene when all the ships go to the planet that they're on after they get through. I'm like looking around. I'm like, "Where's Discovery? Where's Discovery? Where's it?" And I'm like, "I don't see Discovery." And then during this scene, I was like, "There's Discovery."
Nice. Good catch there, AJ. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, finally got to see Discovery. I like how many times they mentioned Discovery in the last couple episodes when they were like, they're like, can when they asked if Discovery could
help
code what's it called? What do they call it? Code Black?
Could it travel through the mycelium network? Could they use the mycelium?
But that wouldn't work.
I forget what that drive is called, the tardigrade drive that they use to go through the mycelial network. I forget what that. I think it is called Code Black.
I think they call it Code Black. Yeah.
But could they make it there? And there was some techno blah blah about why that won't work. So, yeah.
B brings up a good point. They haven't figured out which forks to use.
Yes. Yeah, they gotta be. Although I think what's his name? The boy who vomits glitter. What's his name?
Darren.
Darren probably knows because he was the prince, right? Or he was going to be the prince. He might have taken a fork class. Also, B says, I love we don't have to watch any more news temper tantrums. I did enjoy watching him have that last one that was totally doomed. Yeah, his last one was pretty good. When all
in all, I think it was good. I enjoyed the whole season. I know the rest of the world doesn't seem to like it as much.
No, you mean like the Star Trek people, the Star Trek fandom doesn't like it?
It's just not getting the ratings.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe you'll
started off. The first 2 episodes, I guess, started off really strong, and it's waned ever since. So.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe it was like a little too teeny at first, and people dropped off. They didn't want to watch.
And not realizing it got really dark.
Yeah. Maybe people didn't want to watch 90210 in space.
Yeah, but you know what? So many things get hate that it's just the toxicity of the online world.
Yeah, so I haven't been really looking around online. I didn't realize it's getting a lot of hate. B says I liked it, and I don't think it deserves all the hate it seems to be getting. And it seems like the hate is not like my hate is I hate the villain, but you're supposed to hate the villain, right?
Yeah.
I just hate him a lot because he talks so much. I hate a talky villain. But people, I mean, the Star.
If you don't get a talky villain, how is James Bond supposed to know how to defeat him?
I know. And fandoms nowadays can be very. I mean, the Star Wars fandom is like this also. And the DC, right? Like anything new, they want to hate. So maybe in the second season it'll find its footing a little more.
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't want to watch us. Some people might be waiting to watch the whole season now that it's over, right? Some people
Maybe.
want to wait and then watch the 10.
So, all right. Well,
All right.
that is our show for this evening, but I think Jamie wanted to come back on for a second and say something. Jamie, I don't know if you're hearing us.
No, I was just going to come back on and say goodbye to everybody. Also, I did want to, though, say that for anybody waiting who wants to know, for our spotlight show, I've gotten we don't have dates yet, but confirmation at least that we are going to get two Shield people, Axel Whitehead and James Paxton, have both agreed to do our show. Axel plays James, and James, I'm getting myself confused. But oh shit, I said that, then I totally blanked on the guy's name.
What?
Bill Paxton Young, but what the hell is his character's name? I blanked there for a second.
I don't know. I don't watch it.
It's one of those
John.
days. John Garrett. That's right. John Garrett. Yeah, plays the young John Garrett. So we will be doing that soon. I'm going to be scheduling that. So that'll be fun. And yeah, like I said, we have 4 from people confirmed now. I just want to wait till a little bit closer to the date to announce who we've got and everything. Just 'cause we'll probably have more by then. So we'll wait a little bit.
When is that show coming on? In April? June?
April 19th.
19th, yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know if I have time to rewatch by then. Ugh.
What the heck did I do in the name?
Yeah, there's 30 episodes if you start today. You got plenty.
No,
You got time.
I'm still watching For All Mankind. That comes next week. So,
You're rewatching all for All Mankind.
yes, I'm in season 2 right now.
Did they
Holy
write
crap.
you? Because I wrote them. I didn't hear from them. And I'm wondering if they wrote you and I sound like a retard.
They haven't written to
All
me.
right. Anyway,
I gotta wake up at 4.
thank you, everybody.
All right.
Yes,
It's
thank
a
you
blast.
everybody for joining.
Good night.
Please like the video, hype it if you can. Subscribe to Sci-Fi Vision, share it around, and we will see you next time. Good
See you next
night.
week, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.